is in the shotgun. Make that the pistol. Hands. Henry throws. Touchdown, Titans! Henry took the handoff and then hit Hooper with a jump pass for a big sixer. Oh, man. Wow!
Titans best the Packers. Green Bay's lost 6 of 7, 2 games out of that final wild card in the NFC. Hey, South Carolina freshman Ashlyn Watkins becomes the 9th player in D1 women's basketball history to record a dunk in a game, doing so in Thursday's romp of Clemson. Stay tuned this hour for your chance to win $2,500, part of the KJ Maxx 10K giveaway. Thanks for staying up all night. For producer Rachel Robinson and technical director Javon Cutler, I'm Jim Basquell. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max is next.
Coming up next, Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max on ESPN Radio and ESPN2.
AutoZone. Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Starting trouble. No one likes that. We'll get you set up for some stronger starts. You might just need a fresh charge, and we'll take care of that free of charge. But if it is time for a new battery, we've got replacement batteries that'll fit your needs, starting at just $69.99. You can learn more about our battery selection at AutoZone.com. That's what makes us America's #1 battery destination.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Claim based on data from the NPD Group 2021.
It's pro time because at Lowe's, it's Provember. Save big with inventory you can count on, like Flex products or DeWalt power tools starting at just $99. Plus, Lowe's MVPs members earn up to 3 times bonus points per dollar on select items. Save all Provember long. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts, if any. MVP's Pro Rewards Program. Terms and restrictions apply. See Lowe's.com/L/Pro Loyalty Terms. Subject to change. Prices valid from 10/17/22 to 2/3/23 or until supplies last.
Fall is upon us, so it's that time of year again to consider replacing your old, drafty windows and doors before another cold winter season rolls in. Hi, it's Ricky Bowe, and when I need a company to help me with these home projects, I turn to the experts, my good friends at Guida Door and Window. Act now and receive 20% off all windows and doors. Plus, Guida will allow you to start your project today with no money out of pocket and take up to 3 years to pay it off, interest-free, once the job is expertly installed. So you'll be able to start enjoying all the benefits of new, highly energy-efficient windows and doors, including an increased comfort level of your home and lowered monthly energy bills, while taking advantage of 20% savings and having the luxury of paying off your project with 0% interest-free for up to 36 months. But you must act now. This offer is for a limited time only. Restrictions apply. For full details, call Guida today to schedule a free, no-obligation in-home estimate at 1-877-GO-GUIDA or visit them at GoGuida.com. That's GoGuida.com.
97.5 The Fanatic is an equal opportunity employer and is dedicated to performing broad outreach to fill job vacancies at the station. We seek the help of local community organizations in referring qualified applicants to our station. Community organizations that wish to receive our job postings should contact the Fanatic's business office by calling 610-771-9750. We also encourage listeners to visit bbgi.com, where you'll find an online listing of job openings at Beasley Media Group, LLC.
I'm going to let you in on a secret. Medical cannabis is now readily available. Oh, you knew that? Well, did you know you could qualify for a medical marijuana card without ever leaving your home? Just go to VeraHeal.com. That's where you'll find answers to cannabis questions and pre-qualify online in just a couple of minutes. Then enter some brief information, schedule an appointment with a state-licensed doctor right there on demand at a time that is most convenient for you, and you'll be well on your way. That is so much better than trying to navigate this intricate process on your own. No thanks. No, don't do it. Instead, go to VeraHeal.com and do it all from the comfort and privacy of anywhere. VeraHeal. VeraHeal.com. Pre-qualify for your medical marijuana card online right now at VeraHeal.com. Approved or your money back.
If you or someone you love has been diagnosed with breast cancer, breastcancer.org is here to help. Find free expert guidance online. Learn about breast cancer risk, diagnosis, treatments, side effects, and managing life during cancer. Join breastcancer.org's online community to connect with others who know just what you're going through. Our mission is to empower you to make the best decisions for your life. No one should face breast cancer alone. Find support at breastcancer.org.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Good morning. Thought I'd help you wake up.
It's 6 a.m. and you're listening to The John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Let the party begin!
The show starts now.
Yes, it does. We'll have a special announcement coming up around 8 o'clock today. You have an opportunity to be a deeper part of the show. Let's put it that way. More intimately acquainted with the John Kincade Show coming up today around 8 o'clock. If you are in the car now, you want to check back, find out what it's all about. Today's show presented by the Philly Pretzel Factory, which I forgot about till I read the rundown this morning. The Philly Pretzel Factory's taking over the show this morning. A proud partner and preferred pretzel of the Philadelphia Eagles. And Chucky D, our boss, would say a preferred soft pretzel.
Yes.
But they also make the great hard pretzels at Christmas, which is a great, great gift. The hard pretzels covered in chocolate.
I could live on pretzels.
Really?
Yeah. I could eat pretzels every day. Every single day. Soft pretzels are a little filling, so I love the mini. I'm into the mini pretzels at the Philly Pretzel Factory now.
The smaller ones, yeah.
Yeah.
They're nice. Oh. And you get them in like a rack of 5 sometimes. You could bring them in. I used to bring them into the apartment. When I lived at the apartment, I'd bring them in for the crew in the office. Go by, stop, grab them. They're awesome. And everybody have a great kickoff to your weekend today by hanging out with us. In the morning Mindbender, Coach wanted us to know that according to a recent report by the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Union, this is the busiest day of the year for plumbers. It's got to be Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah, but a lot of them probably aren't. I would say the day after. I was going to say either the day after Thanksgiving or the day after Christmas.
Day after Thanksgiving, day after Christmas. Pat, you have any other idea? I'm thinking it's a Thanksgiving-themed.
Yeah, that's...
Everybody trying to flush.
Flag Day.
You think Flag Day? Why is everybody a little...
How about Super Bowl Sunday? Isn't that one, too?
That'd be a good one, too. People haven't we got to check because Coach is not here. We have to check the sheet, the back sheet. According to Plumbers, Black Friday. Bob, you had it. The busiest day.
After Thanksgiving, okay.
As kitchen drains, garbage disposals, and yes, toilets require more attention the day after Thanksgiving than any other day.
That makes sense, Pat, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, I guess.
Okay.
I would imagine Pump Man is probably busy the day after Thanksgiving,
You got to get that flow going.
And Bob just said, well, next week I know I'll be sleeping at this time.
Oh, this time next week I will roll over and say, John's working.
Well, that's what you get to do. That's what these kind of things get to happen. Our 6 a.m. hour brought to you by our friends at Bradford White Water Heaters. Bradford White's here for the pro. We get ready for the Eagles and the Colts. After a week of, I would say, I'm going to depict it as anxious discussion about what happened, how they move forward, what did the loss mean. And let's go right on the record and not make you wait about what we think's going to happen on Sunday afternoon versus the Colts. My guess begins quite easily. I think the Eagles are going to remember who they are. I think they're going to remember who they are offensively. I think they're going to remember who they are defensively. I don't believe that they're going to take a team that scores 15 points a game and worry about getting scorched in the passing game. They'll be able to load up a little bit more against the run. But more importantly, when they get the ball in their hands, I believe they will attempt to control the football, lean on the best offensive line in the NFL, run the football, control clock, and have some of the biggest drives and the longest drives in the NFL that they see every season. And my guess is the Eagles win a tight game that doesn't seem as tight. I will go with the exact same score that I went with last week. 23-13, the Eagles escape Indianapolis with a 10-point victory.
Oftentimes, it's hard to come out after a bad outing and have a really good one. There's oftentimes when that happens, you kind of search for yourself for a little while during a game. You're kind of on unsettled ground. I think that's going to happen with the Eagles. I don't think they doubt themselves, and I don't think they will on Sunday, but I think little mistakes get escalated after your first loss of the season. So I think it's going to take them a little bit to get themselves on solid ground. That being said, they're just the better football team. They have the better coaching staff. They should go into Indianapolis and take care of business. But while that happens, and while there will be some unsettledness, there will be some anxious moments, I figure. But the Eagles are going to wind up pulling this one out, 26-17 Eagles.
When you say pull out, do you think that they could potentially be trailing? Like type of thing, or is it more of a just?
I think there's going to be anxious moments. I don't really see trailing all that much. Maybe an early deficit, but I don't think it's a come from behind win or anything like that. I think it's a pretty solid win that is going to have some anxious moments. But, yeah, 26-17.
So you go 9, I go 10. Pat, do you go closer than those margins of victory
or
further?
I guess you'll have to find out.
I can't wait.
I do think that the Colts will have success because of their running game. I think they're just going to hammer the ball down the Eagles' throat, and the Eagles are going to have a tough time stopping it. Even with the Eagles' 2 signings, getting them involved is going to be difficult early on. So I think they'll have success with Jonathan Taylor, and he'll be a nightmare. But other than that, I think the Eagles will be able to keep the Colts in check. I think that they will wake up from the bad game on Monday night, and they'll be able to have success. So I have them winning 31.
So you go with a 7-point victory. So 7-9 are the margins of victory as we get it rolling this morning. This it's given up 20 to the Texans. They give up 24 to the Jags. They give up 17 to the Chiefs. 24 to the Titans. The Broncos. This is a team that the worst they've given up is 27, and that was the second game against the Jaguars. They have another 26 game in there. So it tends to be in the 20s that they give up. I would just think that the offense is bad. This is a bad team on offense. And again, reading the Colts the guys embedded with the Colts, they have complained all year long about the offensive line being soft. So we're going to see if this defensive that averages 15 points a game. I can't see the game plan that they went with last Monday night, which I still do not understand why they wouldn't have trusted their great corners to be able to do the things that they trusted them to do against teams like Minnesota and those type of opponents.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't afraid of Washington's offense at all. And if you say this defensive line has to do something, who are you looking for to do something?
I'm looking for
it's a concern.
One of the things I'm looking is for edge rushers to be able to get after the quarterback, because that has happened over and over again against the Colts this season. Their quarterbacks have not had the time to throw the football. And it's one of the reasons why they average 15 points a game, is because they can't do anything really but be able to run the football in a short intermediate passing game. They've got to go. They don't have a big strike capability in this offense.
Yeah, I think their big strike capability against the Eagles is going to be Jonathan Taylor. I'd be shocked if he doesn't get the ball at least 25 times on Sunday. It's incumbent upon the Eagles to get a lead, get an early touchdown, and then maybe add to that. Don't allow the Colts to control the clock. Don't allow the Colts to not have to throw the ball. Make Matt Ryan throw the ball. He's a turnover machine this year. Make sure you do that. And, yeah, they're going to have to get solid play out of that defensive line, but it's just something that hasn't happened lately. There's not I say to you, John, kind of kidding, who do you want to make a play on that defensive line? And you look at me and smile, but we both of us can't come up with somebody because, you're not going to rely on Ndamukong Suh, and you're not going to rely on Linval Joseph. Those guys coming in, you don't know what kind of shape they're in. They'll probably only get about 10 plays each. I don't know. My confidence in this defensive line has just really gone down over the last few weeks.
That brings me down a little bit, though, because this is a team you should dominate. You're an 8-1 football team, and this is a team whose offensive line you should dominate. The doubt has set in, though. I think the doubt set in for a lot of people.
Well, it's funny because last night we were at PJ's
Had
in
a
Horsham, great time. And everybody that I talked to, strangers, everybody I talked to that we met, great people, I asked, what do you think about the Eagles on Sunday? Nobody, not one person immediately answered and said, oh, they're going to win. It was all, well.
Yes.
And I said to the last person I said it to, I said, I can't believe it. Every person I've asked has hesitated. Everybody said that they'll win, but everybody has that little hesitation about them because I guess of what happened on Sunday, or Monday rather, and because you're going against an unbelievably good running back on
Eagles
Sunday.
did it to themselves. I mean, right? I mean, they did this to themselves. They created this doubt, Pat. They made us. They're making us doubt them. We didn't do it.
Well, I mean, the last memory you have of the Eagles is them losing to Washington. So I understand it. I don't think there's a shot in hell they lose. I mean, I'm pretty confident in that.
So that's very now. You see, that's very bold. But I didn't think that they were losing Monday night.
No, neither did I, and nobody did.
So I mean, nobody was calling for them to lose Monday night, but not a shot in hell they lose.
No,
that's bold.
They're going to have 2 hiccups in a row. I highly, highly, highly doubt it.
I would think. I would think that's not happening. Also,
and I go back to like the way they lost the game. It was very, very fluky. It was, the interceptions were weird. The fumbles were weird. It wasn't just clear cut. It wasn't. It was just self-inflicted mistakes that are very easy to fix. So
did they lose the game or did the Commanders win it?
Commanders capitalized on the Eagles' mistake, so I would go with the Eagles lost the game.
I think I think that's a fair way to look at it. I think it's fair. It's just that I do think the better team won the football game Monday night. I think the Commanders were the better team. They imposed.
Yeah, I think Pat put it perfectly.
Yes. They capitalized.
Exactly.
But they imposed their will on the Eagles.
They did.
It's the first time that I've seen a team bully the Eagles all year long.
You can watch a boxing match and watch somebody just throw jabs all night long, and you're waiting for the overhand right to come. You're waiting for the haymaker, but it never comes. And then the fight gets over, and you're like, yeah, but he didn't knock out. Knockouts sometimes don't win you fights. Sometimes it's the jab. The Washington Commanders totally jabbed the Eagles all night long and wound up winning.
They won by decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they won on the scorecards. Hey, it's time to say goodnight to that check engine light with the free AutoZone Fix Finder service. It'll help you troubleshoot the likely cause of your light for free. Restrictions do apply. Get in the zone, AutoZone. So how do you feel this morning knowing that one of the boogeymen, the potential boogeymen, is out of the mix? You said yesterday, Bob, when we were just kicking around discussion, that it'd be nice to see Aaron Rodgers out of the mix. Now he's got 7 losses with 6 to play. I would imagine that they played themselves into a very desperate situation coming into the Link next weekend, though. It's one of those things where I'm like, they're staring their mortality in their face because they can't lose 2 more games. They can lose 1 potentially. Eagles made the playoffs last year 9-8. I'm not sure that's going to make it this year. But a very desperate Aaron Rodgers is going to come in next weekend compared to I don't know what to. Last night they looked putrid. They're terrible.
No Aaron Rodgers offense should not scare you. Anytime Aaron Rodgers is leading an offense, it should scare you a little bit. But that being said, he hasn't done a whole lot this year that warrants being scared. I'll be interested to see whether he comes in here and you're looking, you say, oh, okay, there's a guy that has 1 foot out the door to retirement. Or if it's the RELAX guy that comes in and just slings the ball all over the place and puts a scare into you. But I'm not. Last night took a lot of worry out of me about the Green Bay Packers coming here. They just don't look right.
The Titans give up 18.5 points a game. So their defense is fairly similar to the Eagles. I mean, they're a comparable type of defense to the Eagles. And last night they had that game under control. And they bullied the Packers. But Pat, there's something about it when you see Aaron Rodgers, you still think he has the ability to dial up that game.
I'm going to stop you right there. No.
You don't?
Not with this team. No.
Okay.
I mean, go with what the season has told you about this Green Bay Packers team. Like, ignore the Aaron Rodgers thing. Just go with what this season has told you in regards to the talent level that they are working with. They're a bad football team.
So do I ignore the Dallas game, or is that just a blip?
you can ignore whatever you want. But when you're looking at the 7 losses they have,
right,
it's not by accident.
No question.
It wasn't just bad luck that happened. It's a bad football team. Maybe they got right for a week at home, but no, I'm not worried about this situation. And it's amazing to me that we're always able to spin it in Philadelphia, because if Aaron Rodgers had won last night, the narrative would be, Aaron Rodgers coming to town. Maybe he got right.
Okay.
And then he loses, and normally that should be a good thing, and we go, yeah, but he's going to be desperate. Like, just go with what the season has told you. This team sucks.
Yeah, they're not
very good, and he looks checked out. So
I like
no,
it, Pat. I like your bold confidence this morning.
Not worried at all.
Look, if you're going to be worried about anything, I don't think that's the team your focus should have been on.
Yeah, it should be Tennessee.
Tennessee's a good football team.
Oh, absolutely.
They're a very good football team. A solid, nondescript. I mean, they have a great running game, but just a solid team that gets overlooked by a lot of people. Very well coached. We're not looking past Indianapolis.
No.
But after last night, if there was one place my focus was going, and not that you're overlooking anybody, but it went more to Tennessee than it did to Green Bay.
Here's the thing with Tennessee that I looked at last night. I said, let Slay and Bradbury do their thing, because they have a weak-ass passing game, and load up and do everything you can to sell out and stop the run. And guess what? You still won't shut down Derrick Henry.
Well, it's funny.
You can limit him.
That game plan that you just laid out, John, should be their game plan for this weekend.
I would absolutely agree.
Absolutely.
And you know what? I'm not so sure that it's not the game plan next weekend too, against Aaron Rodgers and the Colts and the Packers, because I do believe they should be able to win those matchups too. Maybe that's what it is. That Tennessee team, that's a team scoring 19 points a game. They're not dynamic. They want to plot it out, but that defense is damn good too.
Yeah.
So it's going to be tough to watch. Hey, Philly Pretzel Factory will be coming in today for us. It'll be the takeover of the show today. Remember that they are the preferred soft pretzel of the Philadelphia Eagles. Want to thank everybody who came out last night to the happy hour, as Bob was mentioning, at PJ's in Horsham. It's a nice location. Really, really nice. Now, it's weird to me is that Horsham was one of those places that I'd never visited, and then I realized I had visited because of going up to Parks Casino. I've been in that neck of the woods, but I don't understand that that's Horsham when I think of that coming right down the street, because I think Ben Salem, and it's right next to Horsham, and it was great. It was nice to meet people last night. Debbie came out, and Debbie came over after work, listens to us every day on her drive to work. She's a physical therapist, drives every single day and listens to us, and she was kind. And, Pat, you made me laugh the most of the night when she said, yeah, I listen to you every day. And Pat goes, why?
Yeah.
Why? And she had a stunt.
I'd never listen to you two.
She had a stunt. Would you listen to Pat Egan's show?
Yeah, I'd check it out.
So you check out the Pat Egan show?
Yeah, I'd listen to that.
You wouldn't listen to us, though.
Sounds pretty informative.
It does. It really is.
Not about football.
That'd be a deep show, I can tell you that.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, the Sixers are back in action tonight. Man, okay, the NBA continues to just baffle me. And by the way, so I had to do a little deeper dive research on this. So the Sixers play 7 games in 11 days, including 3 back-to-backs beginning tonight. But they were given 4 complete days off in a row on a Monday through Thursday. That, by the way, no team in the NBA has had this year. Monday through Thursday off. So it was the idea is that, well, the stadium, they don't have access to the stadium. Bob, I did a deep dive yesterday reading about how the NBA schedule's made. Did you ever do a story on this back in the day? Like as far as how the schedules are made up? It's fascinating to me.
I don't believe I did. I very well, and Pat can attest to this, I very well may have and have totally forgotten. Because there are oftentimes, Pat will bring up stories
that you wrote.
And I'll say, I kind of remember that. He goes, well, I'm glad you do, because, look, you wrote the story on it.
Yeah,
so there's
Jarvis Varnado's story.
Yes, there are thousands of stories that I've written, and I don't remember all of them.
See, that's crazy. All right, the NBA you're going to get scheduled for 41 home dates. You have to give the NBA, according to Peace Out Radar, now this is from 3 years ago, so I don't know if the numbers have changed. You have to give the NBA 58 dates when your stadium's available. So you provide them with 58 dates and say, here is when we can play a game. And then the NBA is allowed to choose 41 of those dates to be used. So I never knew how the whole process worked. Like I was like, how do they do that? Like, how do they decide that a stadium? So
I did know that they had to give availability.
58, you have to give 58, and they can choose 41. That was 3 years ago, was 58.
Right, and other NBA teams who own their arena can give 58 of their best dates.
And they can give 58 whenever they want.
The Sixers have to see what the Flyers have, whatever else has at
Concert,
the arena.
everything.
What did they say in our meeting, that they're like third in the
prior to
on the drawing board?
Yeah,
as far as
it's behind Flyers
and
concerts.
Oh, okay.
Concerts and events, and then the Sixers. So it's more difficult for the Sixers, and that's why they are. And it's one of the things that I think is important for people to realize is that when the Sixers, I've heard a lot of people say, well, the Sixers are getting greedy. To me, it would piss me off. You're the Golden State Warriors. You give them 58 dates, Bob, and it's 58 dates you want to play.
Sure.
You give you're now the Lakers and the Lakers and the Clippers. They have to sit down and work together to decide. Well, we want to play this day. We want to play. So it's like it's a collaborative effort.
And there are some days where they will have both there. They'll change the floors. I've been in Los Angeles when it was the old Staples Arena, when the Clippers played in the afternoon and the Lakers played at night, or vice versa, and they have to change out the floors and the lights because the Clippers have a whole different lighting system than the Lakers. So it's pretty neat to see.
It makes me feel differently, though, about the Sixers' new arena, wanting a new arena. Reading the whole story, and it was a great reading about how it all comes together, and they run a series of computer programs and everything, is that it makes me feel for the Sixers because it screws them on back-to-backs. They play the most back-to-backs in the NBA. And this is part of the reason for it. It makes me more, I guess, sympathetic for them wanting their own arena.
Yeah.
And wanting to be able to control these things, because a lot of the teams that they compete against, that they're expected to try to beat, have that opportunity to be able to dictate more. Brooklyn, they don't have to share.
No?
They don't have to share it. So now the Knicks do.
Yeah, I don't know if they're number one on the pecking order up at the Garden or not. I mean, obviously, that's a place where you have a lot of events. But if they're number one on the pecking order, it doesn't matter.
And there are some times where they'll say the Knicks get to pick. There's one arena, where was it? It might have been the Lakers, where the Lakers get to say, we're going to take 2 dates, you pick one. We're taking 2 dates, you pick one, to go through the process. And then once the Lakers have all their dates picked, then the Clippers get it. So there's some teams that get treated like a second-class citizen in their buildings. And it shows in their scheduling. And so
I've never seen a run like this.
It's bad.
That
That's
I
bad.
remember. Maybe there was when back in the day, but I don't know. The back-to-back, 2 days off, back-to-back, 1 day off, game off, back-to-back, off, game. That's a lot of stuff there. Yeah, that's tough.
All right, we have accountability from all over the Philadelphia Eagles after the loss. But it's going to just be a bunch of lip service unless they turn it around on the field on Sunday. We'll get to that next. Plus, they've added some big bodies. It's the John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. We love our friends at Philly Pretzel Factory. As you've heard, they're now a proud partner of the Philadelphia Eagles. And to celebrate that partnership with the Eagles, Philly Pretzel Factory is giving away 25 party trays each week leading up to the Super Bowl. So all you need to do is stop by your favorite Philly Pretzel Factory location, scan the QR code at the register, and sign up for your chance to win, or visit phillypretzelfactory.com to enter. You're going to have 25 chances to win each week. So if you're heading to the stadium, you're having a full house of friends coming over to watch the game, for every big party or small, whether it's a tray of rivets or a tray of mini pretzel dogs, don't forget to add a selection of their seasonal dips. Pat loves the dips. From brownie batter to salted caramel to spicy mustard. Make sure you're bringing the dips. Schedule at phillypretzelfactory.com. They're awesome. And they're the official soft pretzel of the Philly sports fan. And now, a proud partner of your Philadelphia Eagles.
The John Kincade Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Today's show is presented by Philly Pretzel Factory.
Proud partner and preferred pretzel of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Hey, it's Hunter from my friends at FC Kerbeck. My family's been buying trucks and SUVs from Kerbeck for longer than I can remember. Why? Because Kerbeck always has the best selection at the lowest price. period. And then they follow it up with the best service to keep our trucks running like new for years. But if you've been waiting to buy, then now you win, because Kerbeck Buick GMC has 150 factory fresh Buicks and GMC in stock and reduced, from GMC Sierra pickups to Acadias, Terrains, and 2023 Buick Enclaves. Buy GMC Terrains from just $22,990, or lease a brand new 2022 GMC Terrain from $249 per month, 3.9% for 72 months, plus $2,500 on 2022 GMC Sierras. And FC Kerbeck is close to everywhere at the foot of the Tacony-Palmyra Bridge. The Kerbeck family has owned and operated this dealership for over 100 years. Kerbeck will also buy your car even if you don't buy one from them. Call 1-8337-KERBECK for full offer details, or at KerbeckCars.com. Tell them Hunter sent you.
The NBA action is just getting started, and so are the incredible offers at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. New customers can make any $5 NBA pregame moneyline bet and get $200 in free bets if your team wins. Plus, everyone can earn up to 100% boost with DraftKings stepped-up same-game parlays. I love these. Go to DraftKings Sportsbook app, place a same-game parlay, and combine multiple bets like which team will win, total rebounds, total points scored, and more. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use code FANATIC. Make any $5 bet this week and get $200 in free bets if your team wins. That's code FANATIC only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older. Pennsylvania only. Bonus issued as free bets. One boost per eligible game. Opt-in required. 10-plus leg requirement for a 100% boost. Deposit, parlay, and wagering restrictions apply. Eligibility and terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/basketball. Terms in partnership with Meadows Racetrack and Casino. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Where do Black Friday deals come with happy holiday feels? Lowe's, actually. Save on holiday decor like 1-quart poinsettias was $2.98, now $1.98. And holiday living 100-count mini string lights was $3.98, now $2.98. Find unbeatable deals on top brands like a Craftsman 20-volt drill kit for $59, was $79. Black Friday is now. Get the deals while you can at Lowe's. Home to any possibility. Offers valid through 11/23. Poinsettia offer in-store only. Selection varies by location. Limited 8 per customer. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii while supplies last.
Science proves quality sleep is vital to your mental, emotional, and physical health. The Sleep Number 360 smart bed senses your movements and automatically adjusts to help keep you both effortlessly comfortable. And it's temperature balancing, so you stay cool. So you're at your best for yourself and those you care about most. Life-changing sleep, only from Sleep Number. Don't miss our weekend special. Save 50% on the Sleep Number 360 limited edition smart bed plus special financing. Ends Monday. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com. Special financing subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Dell Technologies Black Friday event has arrived with select deals on top tech to power business productivity. The savings start now with up to 50% off select performance business PCs powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Don't forget special pricing on the latest monitors, docks, and accessories, including free shipping on everything. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL for Black Friday deals. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Fall is finally here. Summer's in the rear view and winter's on the way. Pretty soon temperatures will start to drop while your utility bills will start to rise. Fortunately, savings season is finally here too, with special financing offers and rebates on a new high-efficiency heating and cooling system from Trane, including a whole-house air filtration system to keep the air you breathe clean and safe. Visit Trane.com to find an independent Delaware Valley Trane Comfort specialist near you. It's hard to stop a Trane. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for details.
Hey guys, Bob Cooney here. Plan your game days at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia, the ultimate game day watch party headquarters, presented by Bud Light. Catch all the action at Sports and Social or Center Bar with giveaways, contests, and special alumni appearances. Sip on specialty cocktails at the Prime Rib. Try Philly favorites with a twist at Luck Fu, like cheesesteak egg rolls or the Philly Philly roll. Plus, enjoy $5 Bud Lights every game. Game days at Live, presented by Bud Light. To learn more, visit livecasinophilly.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Starting trouble. No one likes that. We'll get you set up for some stronger starts. You might just need a fresh charge, and we'll take care of that free of charge. But if it is time for a new battery, we've got replacement batteries that'll fit your needs, starting at just $69.99. You can learn more about our battery selection at AutoZone.com. That's what makes us America's #1 battery destination.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Claim based on data from the NPD Group 2021.
Catch Sixers game day action at El Barrio Cantina and Tequila Bar, 1470 Buck Road in Southampton, PA. Enjoy delicious Tex-Mex inspired cuisine with $3 Corona Premier drafts or $3.50 Corona bottles during all Sixer games. For more info, visit them at elbarriocantina.com.
Is it time for maintenance on your vehicle? Stop into your locally owned Meineke today for an oil change and get a free tire rotation. Right now, synthetic oil change is just $59.95. Up to 5-quart standard filter plus disposal fees. Tires, brakes, alignments, batteries, exhaust. Meineke, doing car care right.
Listen to 97.5 The Fanatic everywhere. On Alexa at 975thefanatic.com, the Fanatic app, and now on Odyssey.
Hey, it's Bob Cooney, and this is the Game Plan for Victory, brought to you by Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. What's your game plan this weekend? Well, the game plan for victory this weekend for the Philadelphia Eagles against the Colts is run the football. That's right, run the football against an Indianapolis defense that is 10th in the league at giving up 111 yards a game. You need 15 to 20 carries from Miles Sanders. A big day of protecting the football. Keep it away from an Indianapolis offense. It isn't all that great, but you can't let them run you into the ground, much like Washington did on Monday night. And this game plan for victory is brought to you by Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. Need a game plan for a winning weekend? Well, Live Casino and Hotel has you covered with world-class gaming, luxury hotel accommodations, and premier dining and entertainment. The ultimate game day watch party headquarters presented by Bud Light. Catch the action at Sports and Social or Center Bar with giveaways, contests, and special alumni appearances. Sip on specialty cocktails at the Prime Rib. Try Philly favorites with a twist at Luck Foo, like cheesesteak egg rolls or the Philly Roll. Enjoy $5 Bud Lights every game. Game days at Live presented by Bud Light. To learn more, visit LiveCasinoPhilly.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Thank God this is radio, or you'd have to be looking at my face. I'm too sexy for my shirt.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. Philly Pretzel Factory taking over this Friday edition, the proud partner and preferred pretzel of the Philadelphia Eagles. What was that, Bob Cooney?
What's that?
Luck Foo.
Pat asked me to put a little stink on Luck Foo because it's one of his favorite plays, so I had to give it a little Luck Foo.
Pat likes that.
Yeah.
What do you think? You're all of a sudden Matt Cord?
He's our producer. What he tells us to do, we do.
I produce gold.
And today, without Coach, he has executive added to his producer title.
Wait a minute. Pat, Bob listening to you on the scale of how often that happens, that Bob takes
Bob's pretty good.
Takes direction from you?
Yeah, Bob's pretty good.
I do.
Who takes the least direction
If I
from
tell him to take his pants off and bark like a dog, he'll do it.
All right, well then that's
yeah. He's a
Actually,
guy.
that's maybe not happening. I spent over an hour in a car with Pat last night going to and from our gathering.
How was the drive?
It was good. Pat, his mom called in the middle of the drive at one point, and she said, "Oh, my God, Bob, are you nervous?" And I said, "Why?" She goes, "Pat's a horrible driver."
What?
He scares me.
I don't think I'm that bad, but
I don't think. I mean, he did almost put us into a wall one time because he wasn't paying attention, and I had to give it the old "Yo, Pat." Sorry.
I got a text message from my buddies, so I had to read all the text messages and then respond.
That's not what happened.
No. I was looking for my Easy Pass and I couldn't find it. And
Oh, you do not post the Easy Pass to the.
I don't, and then it was buried, so I didn't want to get on a toll road. I tried to avoid the toll, and I accidentally ended up choosing one. So next thing you know, realized, oh crap, I got to grab my Easy Pass, and I'm digging around for it.
Oh no!
And luckily, Bob and Donna helped me out by saying, "Pat, you're going to crash your car."
Yeah.
How did Donna?
Yeah. Well, how did Donna get into this?
Well, she was on the phone with you.
Oh, I was on the phone with her.
So she
at
was
the
there
time,
in
yes.
spirit.
Yes. Yeah, I was talking to her, and I said, "Hold on, Pat, look out!" She's like, "Oh my God, are you all right?" I said, "Yeah, now we are. No problem."
So on the scale of that scare compared to the 95-mile-an-hour Uber driver in Arizona,
we were going probably
heading right towards the guardrail.
We were going about 15.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we weren't going fast.
Oh, okay. So you were just going to scrape up the car.
Yeah, and I realized, like, I don't know where this damn Easy Pass is, so I pulled over, and then I was able to get it, and then we got home.
We did. We had a joyous ride.
That
to
was
and
a great
from,
time.
I would say.
That was a great
and
time.
That was, Bob, in a way, that was me producing content for today's show.
See,
it was. You killed 2 minutes last night with a bad move. Thank you.
Horsham, great location, really, really nice location, great people, a lot of fun meeting people out last night, and as a big week of gatherings begins as we head into Thanksgiving week. Thanksgiving week's a great week.
My favorite week of all.
I love Thanksgiving, so Thanksgiving's a great day. I'm disappointed, and a couple of our crew last night that came out saying, "Yeah, Thanksgiving really doesn't do it for me."
Thanksgiving is hit or miss, I think. Pat doesn't appreciate it at all. Anthony's not a Thanksgiving guy either, really.
Not that big into it.
As far as meals go. He doesn't like turkey.
Right.
He doesn't, do all that stuff. I think he sits
do they
by
do
himself.
lasagna?
No, I think he sits by himself and watches the football games. And I don't know if it's Christmas or Thanksgiving where he gets Chinese food. One of them.
Right.
But, yeah, Thanksgiving, I think, is hit or miss with a lot of people. I absolutely love it.
I love it. I think it's a great one. Hey, the accountability from the entire coaching staff and every single member of the Eagles coaching staff just coming through. I believe in taking responsibility for the loss, players taking responsibility for the loss, and the, I don't want to say cavalier attitude with which they do it, but they owned it, and they appear completely unfazed, much like Pat Egan, if you've listened to the show this morning. Completely unfazed by what happened Monday night, that they can just turn the corner and move on from it, which I think is really, really great. And to me, it's the hearing, though, that the defense had 10 men on the field twice.
Yeah.
And Jonathan Gannon takes responsibility for this. Now, I do not know that that's the case. I love it when a coach, though, takes responsibility. Usually, I believe when there's substitutions in a football game, though, that players know who they're coming on for, who they're coming off for, and who their responsibility is or what unit they're a part of. But that's just sloppy.
Yeah.
And you can't have – there were so many things sloppy about Monday night, but you can't have that.
No, and yes, they should know who's in and out, but if someone gets hurt, if someone's nicked up, and the coach doesn't know, calls a package, but one of the guys in that package is not able to get on the field, whatever it may be. Yeah, that's bad. I saw that yesterday and just shook my head. So many bad things from Monday. Just so many bad things. Unexpectedly. And here's the thing that concerns me a little bit, John. When a team, no matter the sport, gets into a little bit of a low. Look, it's one game. We all know it. But for some reason, we're all a little hesitant here. Usually, I rely on, okay, it's all right. They're a mentally tough team, or they're a tough team. They're a physical team. This isn't that. This is a finesse team. They're not a tough physical team. So, you can't get over mistakes by just going and hitting somebody or making up for it with a big hit. How many big hits do you ever see from this Eagles team? You rarely see it.
No, you really do.
You're
we telling the truth there.
Yeah, we talked about the tackling yesterday. It's let the running back drag you until either you stop his forward progression or finally 3 or 4 of you take him to the ground. They're just not a real physical football team. You don't have that physical linebacker. We talked about maybe shouldn't Nakobe Dean go in there? 216 pounds. You're not getting physicalness there.
He's a guy who blows up plays. He's not a guy who delivers the massive hit.
Sure.
He's a disruptor.
And he was the beneficiary at Georgia of a great defensive line that
allowed him to do that.
Exactly. So that's the one thing that kind of concerns me a little bit, that getting over a little bit of a hump, and I won't call it anything more than a speed bump, let's say, that the Eagles just went through on Monday. But they're not going to overcome it by being the more physical team because they're just not that physical.
I was trying to think just when you were saying that, what would be the big hits of this year that would end up on when we watch the Eagles highlight tape at the end of the year? Hassan Reddick has crushed a couple quarterbacks where he's made their feet come out from under them, where he's been able to charge up the middle and take a few quarterbacks out. Carson Wentz game. The Carson Wentz game in Washington, they tattooed Carson Wentz, especially in that first quarter. I think they sacked him 4 times in the first 3 possessions of that game. I'm really not thinking of many others.
Yeah, and I know Reddick had a big game that game, and so did the D-line. I don't remember smacks all that much, but I could have forgotten it. But I was going through it in my head last night, and just overcoming mistakes a lot of time is made up, especially in football, with physicality. And I just don't think this team is really that physical. And that's okay. You
Is
can
it
get
okay?
by with
Is that
it.
okay, though?
Well, if scheme-wise, if talent-wise, you can get to where you need to be because of those other things, yes, it's okay. But, no, there's times where the lack of physicality could hurt you, yeah. I think the offense is more physical than the defense.
Well,
I do.
I guess, well,
I think the offense...
when they decide to use it that way.
Yeah,
they abandoned that Monday night.
No, but I think the offensive. I agree with Bob. I think the offensive line is way more physical than I'd say 95% of the offensive line.
Yeah, and I'll go to A.J. Brown on that also, Pat. Like,
Yeah,
I think
he's a monster.
physical. I just think the offense as a whole is more physical than the defense. And that sounds strange, but I think of what I described, people know what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
look at their quarterback, right? Like, Jalen Hurts is looked at as the bigger running back.
Right. Which I don't like.
I still don't like it either, but a guy that will bowl you over.
Right.
As soon as the ball got on the 1 yard line, everybody in Philly knew what they were doing the next play.
Jason Kelce tells you that they know what's coming. He tells the opposing team, you know what's coming.
Yeah, and they
He's
can't stop
mic'd up and they can't. Hey, don't miss an AAC showdown. Temple battles number 22 Cincinnati tomorrow at 4 o'clock at Lincoln Financial Field. Kids tickets on game day are only $10. Visit alstix.com. I hate Cincinnati football, Pat.
Why?
Just hate them.
Any reason?
Don't
They
like
gave
them.
us Jason Kelce.
I don't like them.
Yeah.
I don't like
good
him.
players.
They
gave us Brent Selleck.
I don't like the
Trent Cole.
That's awesome. I don't like them. I'm talking as a Temple fan. I don't like them.
Bearcats.
Do not like the Bearcats.
Okay.
Kenyon
Do not like
Martin?
them. No, I don't. I don't want to hear
basketball,
Kmart.
but-
I don't want any of that. I do not like them.
Marty Gilliard?
I'm hoping that there's going to be a beatdown tomorrow.
Gino Gaduli?
Gino Gaduli.
Yeah, way back.
You're
in the
going
day.
deep.
Yeah.
Hey, in Cooney's Corner, Bob's going to tell us what can happen early on Sunday afternoon.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's Corner.
I just think for the mentality of the Eagles, you can't get behind early. You can't give up an opening drive. You can't allow the Indianapolis Colts to get on you because that'll just kind of, I think, mentally carry over Monday night a little bit. And you know it will as us fans watching.
We're going to be looking for it.
You know if they get down early, if the other team runs the ball a little bit, if Indianapolis is able to get Jonathan Taylor going early on, you know we're all going to be holding our breath about it. So I just don't think that can happen. It can't. They can't allow it. They have to make sure it doesn't. You don't need to make the game harder than it's going to be. And I think the one way it would be really hard is if you get behind early. And I'm not talking 21-0, anything like that. I just mean don't let Indianapolis score early. A field goal, okay, whatever. But I can't have Jonathan Taylor running all over the Eagles and them going down and getting a touchdown early. I think the mindset will be really hurt, not only the fan base, but I think a little bit of doubt may creep into the Eagles too as to like, oh, man, we're really in a hole here lately the way we're playing football. So if you guys had something to say that you can't see on Sunday, and look, I'm not saying, I can't see a 48-0 loss. I mean, but a little thing that you don't want to see Sunday because it will scare you, whatever it may be. What would it be?
I don't want to see the Eagles' defensive game plan from Monday night. I don't want to see a soft zone. I want to see a team that can't pass the football, does not have a vertical passing game. I want to see Slay and Bradbury out on islands.
I don't mind that at all.
And then I would like to make sure that the most valuable player they have on offense is the complete focus. And if you give up some passing plays in the underneath game because of the fact that you are selling out, I'm okay with that. Because I believe it's going to be the Colts required to go 8, 10, 12 plays to get touchdowns. And so I'm hoping that we're going to see a little bit better of that.
How about you, Pat? Anything off the radar that you can't see?
Yeah, I can't see Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown get a combined 46 yards.
I got to worry about that, though, a little bit.
Yeah, and I think the little bit of an injury that happened to A.J. Brown affected him.
He was limited again in practice yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt something's going on with him. But if that's the case and he's going to be limited, then Devontae Smith needs to get open. With Dallas Goedert being out, this is like the utmost importance.
I went back and watched it again yesterday from where hit that play. I don't even want to speak it into existence what I'm worried it could potentially be. There's a woman's name that has something to do with feet. And when I watched him come down,
a woman named Planner?
And when I watched him come down
Liz.
Yes. And when I watched him come down, And then he didn't seem, and even Nick Sirianni said it, he didn't seem himself.
Yeah.
And then he's limited in he doesn't practice
Didn't do
Wednesday.
the walkthrough Wednesday.
He doesn't do a walkthrough Wednesday. He's limited in practice yesterday.
And he's got an injury history.
It concerns me.
Yeah. And did you notice also, I mentioned it to you, maybe you didn't because I'm just weird, the things I noticed.
You are weird, but you're good.
Did you see how the dirt was kicking up an awful lot?
I didn't pay attention to that, but
I don't know if there was new sodding or something. Maybe some of the listeners saw it or some of the YouTube people saw it, but it really seemed different to me. It wasn't just the natural grass. There seemed like there was an awful lot of sand or something else coming up off the turf, and I wonder if that had something to do, because it looked like when he planted on that play, John, that his leg or something buckled.
No, there was like a little bit of a shift.
Yeah.
I did see that part of it. But just things to look for on Sunday afternoon. And obviously, Sunday morning, you guys will be leading the pregame show, leading you right up to the Colts game.
That's right.
Here on the Fanatic.
We'll be at Timeout on Pine in Huntington Valley. Pat's going to be there at 9 o'clock, starting a 1-hour solo show.
The Egan Experience.
I might get there a little early and join in with them. And then me, Pat, Jamie, and Devon will go from 10 to right up to the Eagles game. But I do want to give a shout-out this morning, John.
To whom?
Our youngest listener last night, I think I met. One of our youngest listeners, Christian Devine. It was funny. I went up to say hi to him and his parents, and his dad says Christian's he's very shy. So that kid was shy for about 30 seconds, and that was it. Then it was like, favorite players, Joel Embiid. He wears number 21. And, man, wealth of knowledge with this kid in sports, and it was great meeting his parents. And his mother is running the Philadelphia Marathon on Sunday.
Okay,
so we wish her luck.
By the way, it's the AACR Philadelphia Marathon.
That's right.
Too.
Yeah.
Something near and dear to our hearts here at the station. And I worry about the people running in that marathon on Sunday. It's going to be in the mid-30s with wind chills in the 20s. And you're running 26 miles? Like, I can imagine the burning that goes on in your lungs. So, Pat, you're opting out of you have to do the pregame and the Egan Experience before the pregame.
Yeah, I mean,
or you would have been running with them.
I get my steps in. I walk to my car.
Right.
I walk from my car to the building to my car to my house. Like, I get my steps in. I don't need to start running for just the sake of running.
I don't
get it.
I forgot my Fitbit this morning, so I don't even know what my steps are. I'm missing some. So you're into that. You're counting
the bathroom.
You do that.
Look, it's not 26 miles, but I put my numbers up.
You're going to walk to the Philly Pretzel Factory tray when it comes in?
Absolutely. I'll walk back to the studio. I do that a few times.
Back to the dips.
And it's heated
to the bathroom. You walk to the bathroom. I know you do that. You do that more than most.
I don't.
A lot of it.
Best of luck. Best of luck to everybody out there. I hope you get your magnet that says 26.
I hope everybody's okay.
I have a cousin who's run, I believe, last count 13 marathons. Cousin I'm really close to, and he did the Philly Marathon one year.
Show off.
I asked him one time, and I think when he ran the Philly Marathon, I think it was a pretty cold day. He said the cold doesn't bother him as much.
Cold doesn't bother him anyway?
I think the heat bothers them more. Now, I'm not saying 9 degrees, but if it's like 70, 75, what we can,
right.
see a nice day, I think 50 is kind of a good run day for a marathon. This is going to be cold.
They say
Some people might like it. I don't know.
They say they're going to have additional medical people and stuff to help out in case people have some distress. That scared me.
I hope Pat might have somebody around because the walk from your car to
it's gonna be cold.
It's gonna be a little chilly.
To the studio at Timeout on Pine. I mean that's a little further than you're
least 30
used
steps.
to. Yeah.
Pat, what happened on Jason Kelce's podcast that gave you sort of a good feeling?
We've kind of talked about it all week, but he just reiterated that blaming the refs for the loss is just dumb, and the team has done it time and time again this week, and I think it's very easy for the fan base to go, the refs played a big part in that game.
Us.
Because, in that one instance, they did. They didn't have a good game. But I love the fact that a team that was undefeated, that loses its first game, had the wherewithal to look in the mirror and not go, let me take the low-hanging excuse here of the refs. Look, that play that they missed was egregious, no doubt about it. But there were missed plays throughout that game that were self-inflicted, and I love the fact that that's the approach they're taking. Not only just to not even acknowledge the fact that the refs lost in the game, but to point out, hey, we should have won that game. It's on us. They could have easily just ignored the topic completely, But Kelce, along with his brother Travis, Jason just went off about that. Even blaming the refs, the notion of it is just dumb because they had opportunities and they just didn't capitalize. And I love hearing that because it gives you an inside peek in the mindset of this team and how they view games going forward.
I love listening to them talk football. And I tend to hear the clips.
Yeah.
The 2 minutes, the 2.5 minutes. I don't listen to the whole thing. It's really interesting hearing them talk football. Well, obviously they have the chemistry because they're brothers. But it is an amazing, they give you great insights. They sort of take you behind the scenes and give you some great insights to what's reality and what isn't. What fans think goes on.
Yeah.
And what doesn't.
The great Dick Girardi, who I used to work with at the Daily News, when he would meet somebody like that, he would say, he gets it. And he said it rarely, but it meant not only is this guy a good player, coach, whatever, but he gets what life's about. He gets it. This Eagles team is loaded with guys like that, from Jason Kelce to Jordan Mailata to Jalen Hurts and so on and so forth, Slay. All these guys, I think that's why they're so likable. They just get it. They get what life is besides the game. They get that, as Pat pointed out, the penalty wasn't what killed you. It was your play, and they readily admit it. And I think in his press conference on Tuesday, Nick Sirianni came out and said it too. I'm not sending it to the league. We all know what it was, but we need to play better. Love it. I love all of that.
I've enjoyed the approach they've taken all week long. Now, that said, it'll all be lip service unless they turn it around on Sunday.
Absolutely.
Then I'm going to say, well, wait a minute. What were you talking? Like, what's going on here? Not that they didn't blame the refs, but there was a lot of. I think they took the loss sort of nonchalantly, the way that they've handled it this week. Yep. Move on, flush it, move on, let's do it. Okay. Then Sunday should be back to normal, back to business, get on out there and get a 2-score lead and dominate a team. Because that's what they've done to every other opponent. We'll see if they can do that on Sunday afternoon. But I think this is going to be more anxious than.
So, as I said earlier, when I was talking to the people last night at PJ's, and I asked individually, probably about 7 or 8 people, what do you think about Sunday? And they all hesitated. Well, all of them said the Eagles would win, but they all had that little hesitation. Is that where you are, John?
If
I say to you, what do you think about the Eagles on Sunday?
I believe it's going to be a win where we don't think it's pretty, but it's a win. I'm confident they're going to win the game, but I'm not confident that it's going to look good.
And the key to any season in pro sports, because they are so long, is that you have to manage the valleys that you inevitably hit. It's very rare that any team during a season, no matter the sport, doesn't hit a little bit of a valley for maybe it's a week, maybe it's a month. But when you do that, you need to still pile up the wins. And, all right, the Eagles are in a low. They lost to Washington. You can't let it carry on.
Can't be. Well, it doesn't become a lull if they get a win right away. You know, then it's just a blip.
Well, you can play poorly and still win.
The Houston game.
Right.
They sort of played poorly.
Well, it's 2 weeks in a row now, so now you're looking at if they have a bad performance this week, they are seriously in a lull.
I got good news and I got bad news. You can choose which one you get first. John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic. How exciting would it be to be at the stadium and seeing your favorite home team play? Now, imagine if there were a problem with the restrooms in the stadium. That wouldn't be as much fun. Pumpman Philly understands these things because he imagines problems like this in advance, and he has an entire plan to work to prevent them. That's what makes Pumpman Philly number one in everything related to pumping out all the number twos. Building and facilities managers all over this city trust Pumpman Philly. They keep the wastewater pump systems running clear from everything. From pump clogs to failures to flooding from major storms, they're the experts in emergency repair, maintenance, and system replacement. But troubleshooting is a great part of their game. It's actually their fastball. They avoid the problem before it happens. So if you're a building or facilities manager, don't strike out when your pumps are loaded. Put Pumpman Philly's number in your phone right now. 833-559-PUMP. That's 833-559-PUMP. Or check them out online at pumpmanphilly.com.
The John Kincade Show.
Oh, geez, look at the butt on that. Yeah, he must work out.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Maxey for three. It's good again. Are you kidding me?
Sixers, Bucks, tonight at 7:30 on your home for 76ers basketball. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Sixers basketball is brought to you by Corona, proud sponsor of the Philadelphia 76ers.
Where do Black Friday deals come with happy holiday feels? Lowe's, actually. Save on holiday decor like 1-quart poinsettias was $2.98, now $1.98. And holiday living 100-count mini string lights was $3.98, now $2.98. Find unbeatable deals on top brands like a Craftsman 20-volt drill kit for $59 was $79. Black Friday is now. Get the deals while you can at Lowe's. Home to any possibility. Offers valid through 11/23. Poinsettia offer in-store only. Selection varies by location. Limited 8 per customer. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii while supplies last.
Science proves quality sleep is vital to your mental, emotional, and physical health. The Sleep Number 360 smart bed senses your movements and automatically adjusts to help keep you both effortlessly comfortable. And it's temperature balancing, so you stay cool. So you're at your best for yourself and those you care about most. Life-changing sleep, only from Sleep Number. Don't miss our weekend special. Save 50% on the Sleep Number 360 limited edition smart bed plus special financing. Ends Monday. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com. Special financing subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Attention business owners. Imagine getting up to $26,000 per employee sent to you directly by the U.S. government. All businesses during COVID could be eligible for a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee through a CARES Act program. The fact is, all types of businesses, profit or nonprofit, are eligible. There is absolutely no cost to check your eligibility today. ERTC.com is the nation's leading company specializing in employee retention tax credits. Here is a real testimonial from an ERTC client.
We've got some good news. You're going to get $488,000 as a tax refund, which is not a loan, and you can use that in whatever way you'd like to.
Visit ERTC.com today, and in less than 5 minutes, our proprietary rebate calculator will show you how much money you could receive. Act now before the program closes or funds run out. Visit ERTC.com today. That's ERTC.com.
NBA fans, the NBA action is just getting started, and so are the incredible offers at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. New customers can make any $5 NBA pregame moneyline bet and get $200 in free bets if your team wins. Check this out. Right now, everyone can earn up to a 100% boost with DraftKings stepped-up same-game parlays. These are my favorites. Go to DraftKings Sportsbook app, place a same-game parlay, and combine multiple bets like which team will win, total rebounds, total points scored, and more. I just hit on one of these. Yes, I'm having some pretty good success where I do go just that. Maybe some rebounds, some points. With payouts bigger than ever, DraftKings Sportsbook is where I go to bet on the NBA. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code FANATIC. Make any $5 bet this week and get $200 in free bets if your team wins. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook with promo code FANATIC. Must be 21 or older, Pennsylvania only. Bonus issued as free bets. 1 boost per eligible game. Opt-in required. 10-plus leg requirement for a 100% boost. Deposit, parlay, and wagering restrictions apply. Eligibility and terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/basketball terms in partnership with Meadows Racetrack and Casino. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Finding the right Medicare plan? Oof, no easy feat. Kind of like those dances my granddaughter loves making me do. But then I found Walgreens FindRx coverage. Lets you compare plans online, over the phone, or in person. Made Medicare shopping so easy. Plus, I found plans with low-cost copays. I can get down with that. Medicare annual enrollment ends December 7th. Find a plan that's right for you at walgreens.com/Medicare.
Tell me, where in the tri-state area can you find a Miller Lite draft for less than $1? There is only one place. Here, I will give you a hint. They make the finest pizza, wings, cheesesteaks, and hoagies in the universe. Did you guess Tonelli's Pizza Pub? Tonelli's food is straight fire, and his price on Miller Lite is insane. Stop at Tonelli's today. 97-cent drafts and $9.75 12-pack cans.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Starting trouble. No one likes that. We'll get you set up for some stronger starts. You might just need a fresh charge, and we'll take care of that free of charge. But if it is time for a new battery, we've got replacement batteries that'll fit your needs, starting at just $69.99. You can learn more about our battery selection at AutoZone.com. That's what makes us America's #1 battery destination.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Claim based on data from the NPD Group 2021.
It's time to buy during Jeff D'Ambrosio Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram's biggest 2022 leftover sale in history. If you want it for less, you've got to see Jeff. Visit GoJeffAuto.com.
Hey, guys, there's no better hour than happy hour. You know, I know that pretty well. That's why FanDuel is hooking you up with a happy hour deals every Friday night from 7 to 8 p.m. Every Friday this month, FanDuel is giving you a casino bonus so you can play any casino games for free. Go to the promotions page in your app to claim your free bonus and start playing your favorite games on the house. Don't miss out. Happy hour deals end at 8 p.m. FanDuel Casino is America's #1 online casino app featuring tons of table games, hundreds of your favorite slots, an exclusive live dealer studio for FanDuel customers only, and best-in-class customer service. So download the FanDuel Casino app today by going to FanDuel.com/Bob and start getting your happy hour deals every Friday night at 7. That's FanDuel.com/Bob. 21 plus and present in Pennsylvania. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable casino-only site credit that expires 48 hours after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/casino. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit FanDuel.com/RG.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Picking on Egan is extremely mean, but I assure you, it's just a small, minute, tiny part of our content.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
7 a.m. hour of the John Kincade Show, brought to you by the all-new Bet Parks app. Sportsbook and casino in one sleek, easy-to-use app in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Pat loves this one.
He was just singing in my ear.
He was.
Yes.
He's doing a good job of that.
No coach. It means it's DJ request this morning.
Thank you.
Not the same 7 songs, gentlemen.
You got some different stuff going on this
morning? We'll spice it up a little bit.
Now you're going to offend Coach.
We'll get the people going.
Because you know he's listening.
It is his
now you're going to offend him.
Am I lying? It's the same 7 songs every time.
Now you're going
He needs to change it up a little bit. Don't worry.
It's gonna.
We got a full catalog here. We're good.
Do you? We got a full catalog?
I'm going to get a shut your ass so you can text in a little bit. Love you, Coach.
I guarantee you that's coming. There'll be a little bit more of that. Over-under on Philly Pretzel Factory nuggets and pretzels arriving.
Time?
Yep.
7:45. I'll set the over-under. What do you got? Are you under or over?
I'm over.
Pat?
I will go over.
Okay.
He's going over on that one.
That was a fun game.
Yeah, it was a little. We both went over.
Good things
on
are
that
worth
one.
waiting for, though.
It is. It's well worth waiting for. In fact, I think I'm going to get some rivets for the cousins coming over to watch the Eagles on Sunday afternoon.
Smells that make your mouth water. I'm talking food here, Pat. So
a house where the gravy or sauce has been cooking with meat in it.
Oh, that's not bad.
In the house for a long time.
Uh-huh.
I love that smell. That definitely does.
Mustard.
What?
Mustard makes my mouth water. Not that I crave. It just makes
smell
me.
of mustard?
It does.
We
Isn't
don't
that
kink
weird?
shame. John, we don't kink shame.
I know.
Yeah.
That surprises me, though.
Yeah.
Yellow mustard or brown?
Any kind of mustard.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're not discriminatory.
No, I like me some mustard. Pat, what about you? Anything? Because ice cream doesn't really smell.
No. There's nothing really I can think of.
Ice cream does have a scent, doesn't it? Or not?
I mean,
No, I don't think so.
No? Even the flavored ice creams?
No, not that I can think of.
Really? See, you learn something new every day. I'm not an ice creamsman, so I don't know that.
Yeah, I don't know if there's one thing I can really think of.
Man, I think Fritos smell like feet.
Yeah, you said that before when I was eating them.
Yeah, when you open
Kinda
up,
took away my
when
appetite
someone
a little
opens up a bag of Fritos, it smells like someone's got bad feet.
Disagree with that.
You can you get though where that smell reminds you of like bad feet?
Not at all.
Like sweaty feet?
No. You can keep making it worse, but I don't see it the way you do. I'm sorry. Actually, I love
Fritos, by the way.
Last week I stopped at Taco Bell for lunch.
Okay.
And I got a taco, and then I went to Wawa and got a bag of Fritos, and I dumped that taco in the bag of Fritos. I smashed it all up.
How many times a week do you think you get fast food? I'm not putting you down. I'm just asking.
Not nearly as much as you think.
Oh, no? Okay.
Probably once.
Once a week? Really? That's it?
Maybe, yeah.
Okay. No wonder you keep that svelte
it's a
figure.
boyish figure.
It is.
I mean, I usually don't eat like
lunch. Why do you make yourself out to be fat, by the way?
Oh, so I said boyish figure.
Okay. Because you do say things that make people think you're fat.
I think I hide it well, but I have a dad bod.
How many pounds overweight would you say you are in your mind? Not according to
mind?
Yeah.
15 to 20.
Yeah,
wow.
That's not overweight.
I mean, 15 to 20 pounds, that's...
But it isn't, though.
I mean, if I was in the UFC, I'd be fighting at 125.
Do you realize now that 80% of the... What did they say?
That's the way you got to look at it.
The number they came out with this week, I think it's 70%, or members of the military are considered overweight by their charts.
See, that's...
I think they got to fix the charts.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Disrespectful to men and women who
it's
are
stupidity.
serving.
Yeah, it's absolute stupidity. I got good news and bad news. What do you want first? You want the bad news?
Always bad news first.
Okay.
Always show the bad tests to your parents first before you show the good. Always take the bad news before the good news.
I never had any good tests.
There you go. Well, Pat, so you just did bad news, bad news.
Let's go here. Here's your F. Here's the F. Here's the D+.
Well, the Colts defense is more balanced and better than the Commanders defense.
Wait, say that again?
The Colts defense is more balanced and better than the Commanders defense. And it's more balanced than the Eagles defense. It's not better than the Eagles defense, but it's more balanced than the Eagles defense. Yet, before you start worrying, hear me out on the good news. The offense is pathetic. Like bottom of the league, terrible. 15 points a game, terrible. This is a game where the Eagles' offense should be able to win them the game. When you can put up, if this team puts up 26, 27 points, you are most likely victorious. And for the Eagles, that should be it has been the norm for them to be able to do that. They should be able to do what almost every other opponent has done. Limit the Colts' offense from scoring. Every other team has managed to do it for the most part, except one game where it was 27-24. And that was with a game with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Everybody has managed to make the Colts offense look very, very pedestrian. And the Eagles are better than every single one of those defenses that they faced. So there's your good thought of the day. Everybody shut down the Colts offense, and the teams that have shut them down aren't as good as the Eagles' defense.
Yeah, but we're going by numbers. Eagles rank better, so they're better. This defensive line is a real concern right now. You just signed two guys that, probably about 700 pounds combined. Off the street. That Ndamukong, as we said, back in the day, but he's not a run stopper, never has been a run stopper.
More of a disruptor.
Yeah, more of a get after the quarterback type of a guy. So I don't see that really shoring up the defense all that much. This defensive line has to be better on Sunday. I almost throw away numbers from other teams and whatever happened before. I just know that the Eagles haven't played well the last couple of games. And you need to prove to yourself that you're better than you've played the last couple of games and get that feeling back of an 8-0 team again.
Yeah, it sounds to me, though, and Pat, it sort of reflects on something you talked about earlier. I think they haven't lost the feeling of being an 8-0 team. Like, nothing that out of the Eagles this week leads me to believe that they seem fazed at all by what happened Monday night.
No, I think they just look at it like it was a blip on the radar.
Yes. And that makes me feel better about it.
Look, the reality is there's been 2 undefeated teams in the regular season in the history of football. So the odds of them becoming the third were slim to none. Nobody on this show thought they were going to be undefeated.
No.
I talked about it, but even I thought that they would have a slip up just by resting starters. But it was perfectly understandable that they had a slip-up at some point in the schedule. And most of the time we talked about them entering next week, entering that Green Bay game. Now, they could enter it undefeated. It was like, well, no, there'll be a slip-up in there somewhere. Well, they had the slip-up. So, it happens. We've all watched our teams have bad games. You move on from it. You can't let it become a trend.
Yeah, if they would have played well last week against Washington, or maybe even played poorly like they did and still won the game, I have that move-on thing. But the Thursday game, while we all blew it off when they won in Houston because short week and
we
the
weren't
Phillies
paying
were
as
going
close attention.
Exactly.
Right.
They didn't play well that night.
No.
And then you come back 10 days later and you play a Washington team that everybody thought you were going to trounce, and you don't play well again. So while I think they move on more easily and they've said all the right things, John, you know what it's like. You know when you were playing or coaching, whatever it may be. You know when you have a feeling of vulnerability.
Oh, absolutely.
And whether we believe it or not, there's something, has to be in their heads, in the coach's head, players' head, we haven't played well for 2 straight games now.
Now, Andrew is going to say something in Phoenixville that drives me crazy every week. But, Andrew, say it. Say it.
That I am. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning, Andrew.
Yeah. So I'm not taking this game lightly. After what happened last weekend, we were expected to blow out the Commanders, but we didn't.
But you do realize, Andrew, that what you do in Phoenixville has nothing to do with what the Eagles do.
No, I guarantee that.
So us taking it lightly means nothing, or us taking it too seriously means nothing.
Absolutely, but I hope that the Eagles do not take it lightly.
They won't.
Well, no. I mean, we went into the Commanders with confidence, and we got stood up. So I'm thinking that if we can just take each play by play, don't go overboard with it. Just go back to the game plan of continuing to the blitz the quarterback, blitz offensive line. It's Jeff Saturday's second game. So he's maybe feeling a little bit of pressure coming off last week's win. So I think, we should win this game, but I don't think it's going to be as blown out as people may say.
Yeah, none of us think it's going to be that. Every one of us here in this show didn't think it's going to be.
Now, Pat, I would like to request a song from you since you are the DJ. I would like
go
to
ahead.
have you sing.
What, are we taking requests now?
Yeah,
Sure, why not?
DJ request.
My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion.
Oh, jeez. Andrew, have a great weekend.
I'll see what I can do.
Oh, jeez.
That's going to be
Please,
tough
no.
when I'm mixing it. You don't like that song?
Not a fan. I'm not a fan.
I do.
Of hers.
Oh, my. Bob, I was never a fan.
Yeah.
Never
Never
a fan.
No.
Took Christina the night of our 10th wedding anniversary in Vegas, and we saw Celine.
Oh, they're on a first name basis now, Pat.
That's the name of the show, is Celine.
Oh.
In Vegas. Saw her perform, and I will tell you that I became a huge fan. Not only was she incredibly talented, but she was incredibly attractive. And at one point, she's on the stage, and she's performing, and she's starting to sing, and then the stage is all foggy, okay? She comes down the aisle, and her hand is on my shoulder. They did a hologram of her, and then she came up through the stage in the middle of the thing and came down and was touching people as she came down the aisle. Pat, you're pretty good at this one.
Love this song.
It's a great song.
We'll stay. Huh? Forever?
Forever
this way. Come on, Bobby.
Come on, Bob.
She's very talented. I'll give her that.
Last movie you saw in theaters.
And Bob,
this is it. The last movie I saw in the theater, 1998. You know that, Titanic.
No, I do not know that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
You haven't been in a theater in 24 years, 25 years?
Nope.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's
It is
odd.
weird. I'll give it to you. It's
Okay,
weird.
that's crazy.
I want to break the string.
Okay, then break the string.
I just don't have the time.
Is there a
lot of
basketball?
time.
Is there a movie, Pat, coming out about basketball and sex and stuff like that, and hanging out with your
loving basketball
dudes?
too. It's the story of Bob Cooney, Rock, Tim, Glenn, Scotty Rigo.
It's weird. I do like watching movies,
but you don't like going to a theater.
I have the I'm nervous that I won't be entertained.
Oh my gosh,
I won't like. And people say, "Oh, you watched the Sixers during the process,
and you're not entertained.
You couldn't have been entertained."
You were paid.
Yeah, that's part of it, and I always can find entertainment in watching a sporting event, but.
Wow.
Yeah, I do have to get back into it.
How much of it is your attention span too?
That too.
Wow.
You
Wait, what are we talking about?
A teenager, yeah.
Pat,
you're pretty bad with that.
Pat, I don't want to give a free plug, but that theater down the street in my area where the Exton Drive-In used to be, the Movie Tavern.
Yeah.
They have the best recliner seats. And you can reserve your seat, you get the recliner seat, and it is the most pleasurable viewing experience I've ever had.
I know. I'm an
awesome.
extremist. If I got into it, I'd probably want to go every weekend and all. It's not. It's strange. My movie.
You are allowed. There's no law against that. Right?
My movie intake is really weird because I think I've told you guys, maybe not. If Donna and I put on a movie at home, she doesn't really watch the movie for the first 4 or 5 minutes. She's looking at me because she knows she knows whether I'm going to be in or out. And many times we'll start something. She goes, "All right, never mind. Let's turn it off." And I'll be like, "Yeah."
Wait a minute. Like this. you won't fake it for her?
Well,
interest?
She fakes it for you.
Well, I mean, seriously. I mean,
I don't care about that.
The interest. Hey,
yeah, no, I don't. I can't sit through a movie if I don't like it.
What was the last movie you watched that you liked?
There's been some.
Okay, good talk.
The Legend in Bagger's Pants.
I don't know, because whenever I go to watch a movie, I text you and ask you what movie should I watch.
And I haven't gotten a text in a while.
That's incredible, Bob.
After Dewey Cox walk hard,
you screwed me on that one,
I didn't
ass.
screw you. I gave you
that was
gold.
horrible.
It was so good. You just had a bad movie-going experience.
I had my 17-year-old daughter and her boyfriend with me in a movie you suggested.
Wait.
And I told you that.
Wait, do you watch? You don't watch this. Do you watch South Park or Family Guy with your 17, 18-year-old?
I've never seen an episode of either one of them.
Oh, God. You see, now I watch that, so nothing phases me with Liv. We love that. We love Family Guy.
Dewey Cox.
They don't have naked guys, animated naked guys in those.
No, they do.
Pat suggests a movie. I said, "What movie can I watch with my daughter, her boyfriend, and my wife?" He suggests a movie. I put it on. 5 minutes in, there's naked guys running around. I'm like, "Come on,
let's
dude."
Let's tell the real story here, bud. Let's tell the real story of me giving you like 5 or 6 movies, and that was one of them. And I said it's very funny.
That was one of them. What else did
what
you
did you say? It's very funny.
What? Do you
funny.
remember any of the others you suggested? It is a funny movie. I don't think it was very good. I mean.
It's funny when you're sitting with your
middle of
daughter.
the road. What else did you give them?
I don't remember because it was over a year ago.
Hey, if you have a high school senior, you need to visit collegeav.com. I'm picking up my college freshman today. Enter to win a $5,000 scholarship. No purchase is necessary. They're going to help you breathe easier. Collegeav.com. A lot of parents probably getting what we will now welcoming home the college student. This is the first time, Bob. So what should I expect? Do they have a totally disrespect for the rules of the house now? That they've been living on their own at college and things like that. Then they come home, and now they're all grown up, or do they tend to revert to take care of me, mommy, and come back to being kids when they come home?
I didn't really notice much of a difference. They came home just like before they left. They eat your food. The only problem is once they go away to college now, they think they can just drink your beer and not replace it. I don't know if Liv will do that to you, but my boys, my boys have no problem coming home and doing that to me. Yeah, so no, it's good that she's coming home. You'll love it. She's probably matured a little bit more. Although Liv is kind of an old soul anyway.
How about Truly's in the house, Pat?
I don't know why you're looking at me, man.
No, would you have Truly's in the house? I know you're not a drinker, but would you have Truly's if you know that maybe your child has enjoyed a seltzer?
I truly would not.
You truly would not?
No.
She's not driving.
Yeah, but she has her own money.
She can't buy them.
I mean, she can go buy a fake ID. There's ways around it.
Well,
she
I
really
guarantee
wants
you.
the Truly.
She
can acquire the Truly. Let's see how badly she wants that seltzer.
I thought you were going to sing Truly.
No.
I thought that's what I was saying.
No.
So Fairless Dave says that I'm a one-dimensional weirdo. Is that a good? Would you guys describe me as that?
No.
I don't think I'm a one-dimensional weirdo.
You are weird.
weirdo.
You're a weirdo, but you're not
everybody's
You're
weird.
not one-dimensional.
Okay, everybody's weird.
Because Bob
is
in a way
you like, and then you don't really stray off of it.
I'm black and white. I will say that.
I think you are more. I think Bob is more rigid than I am, and I've never known anybody more rigid than me. I will try things more than you. I will be open. I'm open to things much more than you are.
I agree with that.
You're more rigid than I am.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes. Like as far as just being open to try something or to do something.
Oh, because you wanted us to sing last year for Christmas, and I said no, and you got upset.
You
remember that one?
Yeah.
Yes, I still do, by the way.
I mean, just looking at the whole movie thing, like you haven't gone to the theater in 25 years.
Yeah, that's weird. That is weird.
And I'm very rigid.
It's crazy.
So, I mean,
bizarre.
It's there you go.
So, Fearless Dave, you're probably right.
Yeah, Fearless
I'm
Dave.
going to agree with you, buddy.
Come on, Fearless Dave.
No, I nailed it.
Hey, Philly Pretzel Factory is the preferred soft pretzel of the Philadelphia Eagles. So, Bob, tell me about Michael Rubin. Tell me about Michael Rubin.
He's very well connected.
He is.
You don't see many pictures of Michael Rubin without a superstar, entertainer, athlete, businessman, whatever it is.
Which immediately makes me cringe. I'm just being honest.
He's sitting in his $10 million apartment with Joel Embiid.
No, I see that too. I see a lot of pictures of that too. It's a constant flex with Michael Rubin. It's a constant life flex. Look who I'm with. Look what I'm driving. Look at my house. Look at my friends. Look at the celebrities I hang out with. Immediate cringe for me. Especially when older guys are hanging out with younger guys and thinking that the younger guys
You don't
really
like when he's
love
with
him.
Mr. Kraft?
I just look and go, it's an immediate cringe to me. That's just me. But now he sees himself as a Sixers asset, as an official recruiter for the Sixers. Now, Jay-Z, if he ends up buying into the Washington Commanders, that's a real recruiter.
Yeah.
How much of a recruiter? Am I overlooking the fact that Michael Rubin can be a big recruiter? That's how he sees himself.
Yeah.
He sees himself very important.
Nah.
Michael Rubin.
Yeah, no. I don't think basketball players are saying to themselves, "Oh, Michael Rubin, let me look to see what the Sixers can offer me." Sorry, Michael. Love you to death. Very nice man.
He sees himself, and he seems like a nice man.
Yeah.
But
I
it
think
seems
he's
like
down
it's
to
constant.
Kind of.
See, down to earth never.
Well, you
I
can
would
be down to
never
earth and
think
have celebrity friends, but a recruiter for a team. No, that's what Elton Brand is. That's what Joel Embiid is. That's what your head coach is. Players aren't looking much past that.
Michael, I've known a lot of rich people in my life. A lot of people, very, very blessed lives that don't flex as much as him. And it just always gives me the cringe. And now he's he's going to be the official recruiter for the Sixers.
Self-appointed.
Yeah.
Can it hurt?
No, I don't think it can hurt at all. No,
it can't.
Is it going to make that much of an impact? No, but it also cannot hurt. He's going to be running in circles with guys, and he's going to be able to bend their ear. I'm all for it. Yeah, go ahead. Speak glowingly of a city that gets crapped on by the national media. Love it.
And try to, maybe there's a way you can, like TB12, you can make them have some side income.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, there is that. I mean, the fact that he owns Fanatics and all, and you can tie guys into that.
By the way, I use his company often. I like it.
That's a side thing. I mean, like Joel Embiid and James Harden, if they didn't have Fanatics, they don't have other business ventures that they could buy into?
Not a one.
Not at all. You're right.
They don't have the code.
It's just that they
get secret codes sent to them.
They get codes that give them 40% off, Bobby.
Exactly, Bob. They get different.
All right, they're saving a lot of money.
I had to look around for Phillies gear when they were in their World Series.
Sign with the Sixers, and you're going to get the 75% off code, and you get to use it 6 times.
You want free shipping, Bobby? You sign with the Sixers.
Sign with the Sixers. They'll take care of it.
We'll give you free shipping, no problem.
I don't know. The only thing annoying me worse right now is everybody this is my last tweet. If this is my last tweet, God, these people are freaking obsessed. Elon Musk lives in their heads. He lives in their heads and haunts them.
It is. If this
is my last tweet, let me tell you what my last tweet is. If this is really the last time, shut up!
The parody.
Just shut up!
The parody of reading about the destruction of Twitter on Twitter. Is, something.
And then it's obsessive tweet over and over again. Just leave. Leave Twitter. Leave it to the sane people then. And there are a few.
Get out!
Just get out. Get out now. I want to ask you about buying stock. And Bob's got the tennis ball out. I have a feeling Connor's about to get really drilled here during the
No, I actually bombarded Mike when he walked in today. I had 2 hacky sacks, a soft little sponge ball, and 2 tennis balls. And when he came in, I just
And
the one tennis ball was about to hit him. He blocked it with his Yeti.
Really?
It was about to hit him right in the nuggets. But
Really?
he blocked it with his Yeti, so.
Gotta love that. We'll get to a stock buying process next. John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. Hey, we thank our friends at Philly Pretzel Factory again for taking over the show today. And you know now as a proud partner of the Philadelphia Eagles, Marty, Dan, making sure we have some delicious hot Philly Pretzel Factory pretzels so our reads can be very authentic. The Broomall store, well, that used to be Betty's favorite right there on Westchester Pike, and they are so good. Love Broomall, my hometown, 19008. And with the big weekend coming up, there are going to be lots of watch parties going on. So whether you're having people over, you're heading out to a party, you cannot go wrong with a party tray from Philly Pretzel Factory, any one of their great locations. The dips are amazing. They got everything from classic mustards and cheeses to brownie batter and pumpkin. So no matter who's coming over, even your dirty, rotten cousins, Philly Pretzel Factory has a party tray that will fit every need. Find your store at phillypretzelfactory.com. It's Philly Pretzel Factory. They are the official soft pretzel of the Philly sports fan and now a proud partner of the Philadelphia Eagles.
The John Kincade Show.
God, I am so sick of this crap.
Is this the show?
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Today's show is presented by Philly Pretzel Factory.
Proud partner and preferred pretzel of the Philadelphia Eagles.
It's Rich Gannon for the BetParks Casino and Sportsbook app. As a former MVP quarterback, I love a solid game plan. The new BetParks app is everything you want in a mobile sportsbook right from your phone. Check out pro football same-game parlays or bet live once the game starts. And right now, all new BetParks users get up to $750 in sportsbook bonuses back if your first bet isn't a winner. Download the new BetParks app at betparks.com. Win sports, bet Parks.
See website for terms and conditions. Bonus funds must be wagered once, must be 21 and over, and in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
SEPTA and the BetParks Casino and Sportsbook app have something special for fans all season long. Free rides home from every Birds home game. Fans ride home free from every home game on SEPTA's Broad Street line from NRG Station, courtesy of the BetParks Casino and Sportsbook app. Free rides begin at halftime of every home game. Join the fun on the BetParks Casino and Sportsbook app by downloading now at betparks.com. Free rides and all about the fans from SEPTA and BetParks. Must be 21 and in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hi guys, it's Andrew with Oak Hills Medical Clinic. Are you struggling with ED and sick of the pills? Well, we have a major medical breakthrough that has helped thousands of men. Our wave technology is backed by 50 clinical studies, including from Cambridge University. It's proven to increase blood flow by repairing blood vessels. No pills and no side effects. If you're ready to put a stop to your ED and turn back the clock in the bedroom, call us now. And not only will the assessment and blood flow ultrasound be free, we'll also include something unique that produces immediate results in the bedroom. I don't think I've ever heard of it failing. This offer is worth $600, but it's free to those that call in the next 2 minutes. 215-302-9999. That's 215-302-9999. Guys, put a stop to your ED and get your love life back. Call Oak Hills Medical Clinic now to qualify for this unprecedented offer. 215-302-9999.
Attention business owners. Imagine getting up to $26,000 per employee sent to you directly by the U.S. government. All businesses during COVID could be eligible for a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee through a CARES Act program. The fact is, all types of businesses, profit or nonprofit, are eligible. There is absolutely no cost to check your eligibility today. ERTC.com is the nation's leading company specializing in employee retention tax credits. Here is a real testimonial from an ERTC client.
We've got some good news. You're going to get $488,000 as a tax refund, which is not a loan, and you can use that in whatever way you'd like to.
Visit ERTC.com today, and in less than 5 minutes, our proprietary rebate calculator will show you how much money you could receive. Act now before the program closes or funds run out. Visit ERTC.com today. That's ERTC.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Starting trouble. No one likes that. We'll get you set up for some stronger starts. You might just need a fresh charge, and we'll take care of that free of charge. But if it is time for a new battery, we've got replacement batteries that'll fit your needs, starting at just $69.99. You can learn more about our battery selection at AutoZone.com. That's what makes us America's #1 battery destination.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Claim based on data from the NPD Group 2021.
When you work in the kitchen, what you cook often ends up on your clothes. I used to add a little extra bargain detergent on all my stains. But then I realized, is it really a bargain if I have to use more? Now I use Tide Simply. One cap is all you need to deal with tough stains and odors. Best of all, it works on a line cook's budget too. And just like this line cook, Tide Simply gets the job done. Table 10 up.
Tide Simply. Tough on stains, easy on your wallet.
This football season, you can turn game days into paydays when you visit FanDuel Sportsbook at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. With more than 20 TVs, you'll never miss a play. And with over 30 betting kiosks, it's easy to get in on the action with America's #1 sportsbook. Plus, enjoy exclusive events and promotions. Visit FanDuel Sportsbook at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. Open 7 days a week. 21 plus and present in Pennsylvania. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The Philly sports scene is exploding with excitement right now, and the Busch Auto Group is using a winning formula of their own to crush the competition. Not only does the Busch Auto Group's market-based pricing ensure you'll never pay too much for your next pre-owned vehicle, but right now, every pre-owned vehicle purchased at the Busch Auto Group comes with a 1-year maintenance plan. How about that for a Philly special? For full details, visit bushautogroup.com. That's BUSH autogroup.com today.
At the United States Postal Service, we're here to deliver fast and reliable service to help you get holiday ready. We offer free package pickup and deliver free shipping supplies to your address. So whether you're in Garland, Texas, Rudolph, Wisconsin, or anywhere in between, we're making it easier for you to spread festive cheer this holiday season. USPS, delivering for America. For all your holiday needs, including info about free shipping supplies, free package pickup availability and restrictions, go to USPS.com/holidays.
Hey, guys, there's no better hour than happy hour. You know that I know that. That's why FanDuel Casino is hooking you up with happy hour deals every Friday night from 7 to 8 p.m. Every Friday this month, FanDuel is giving you a casino bonus so you can play any casino games for free. Go to the promotions page in your app to claim your free bonus and start playing your favorite games on the house. Don't miss out. Happy hour deals end at 8 p.m. FanDuel Casino is America's #1 online casino app featuring tons of table games, hundreds of your favorite slots, an exclusive live dealer studio for FanDuel customers only, and best-in-class customer service. So download the FanDuel Casino app today by going to FanDuel.com/Bob and start getting your happy hour deals every Friday night at 7. That's FanDuel.com/Bob. 21 plus and present in Pennsylvania. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable casino-only site credit that expires 48 hours after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/casino. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit FanDuel.com/RG.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
This is the radio show I always wanted to host here in Philly. Question is whether it's the one you've always wanted to listen to.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Did you not know?
Wow, when the cat's away, the mice will play.
That's right. Spin the ones and twos.
Love it. Absolutely
no B-sides
love
today.
It.
It was supposed to be, what was it supposed to be?
What?
I'm seeing what the song was supposed to be. It was supposed to be Anderson Sunshine. And I said, no.
No.
We don't need that. We need this one.
Provolone Joe says an apple pie in the oven.
For smells?
Smell. That is a great, Joe, that's a great one.
That is a good one.
I did come up with one, barbecue. Like good barbecue?
Good barbecue?
Yeah.
Like
peanut butter.
No.
Okay.
Peanut butter.
It has to be certain peanut butter. When you open the peanut butter, it has to be certain.
How about a great smell is unground coffee, the coffee beans?
See, I love it.
Oh, my God.
And I don't drink coffee.
Yeah.
That is
and I
one.
love
like
the
that
smell.
one. Yep.
Yeah, that one's really good.
At Chop House the other night, I had a New York strip encased in coffee.
Oh, yeah.
They call it the Kona.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. That was fantastic. And I was worried about it, but Jim said, that's what he does. So I said, well, Jim's paying for the meal. So I'm going to follow what Jim suggests.
Jim paid for that's funny. I made a wing for Jim, for PJ Wellahans, which sold very, very well, and I've never been bought dinner by Jim.
Really good
that
point.
was real. Well, no,
Yeah.
seriously.
I walked in one time, and I had a lunch with Jim. Now, Jim didn't know this. He just so happened to be there, and I was there too, but I consider it a lunch. But he charged me triple.
So you didn't realize it, but you got charged a little bit more. A little bit more.
He clearly went to the staff and said, look, if this guy wants to be in my facility, let's bump up that.
I'm telling you.
He's not John Kincade after all.
Exactly. It's
let's
not
bump it
the
up.
Same. Hey, there's no better place to watch football than your local PJ's. Every seat's terrific. Tons of great TVs, great beers, burgers, and wings. We love our local PJ's, and last night's PJ's in Horsham was fantastic. What a nice crew.
Yeah.
Nice setup there. Really, really nice. Had a good time. And got to meet some really nice people.
Yeah, it was awesome. I love that people come up, say hi. And
what about Sam Darnold and his friends?
Check on
That
in.
kid looked just-
He did look like
He looked
Sam
just
Darnold.
like Sam Darnold. And Pat, like you, he was wearing Temple gear. And I said, what year are you from Temple? And he goes, I graduated from Ursinus.
It's all right.
And I said, I love you. We're welcoming you in the family.
Welcome to the family.
We love it. You're welcome
to
in the
We didn't
family.
go there family.
We had
There
a
you go.
Clemson dude there.
Yes,
Yeah,
we did.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Clemson takes care of business, baby, in the house. Love seeing Clemson fun. That was Zach.
Zach, yeah.
Zach is a big Clemson man.
Yep.
So.
Graduated from there.
All right, now let's talk about something here. The Braves are now going to offer stock. They're now going to be a publicly traded stock. And to me, it creates an interesting question. Fans always want, and our buddy Jamie always was about this, that John Middleton spend all his money. Just spend it to get all the stars that he can to create a champion. Would you be willing to buy Philly stock that affords them the opportunity to raise payroll to the astronomical levels that the Dodgers can go to and everything else? Are you wanting to buy stock? I'd love to buy Philly stock, but more as a novelty. Because I wouldn't look at
So
it
that
as
you can say you have stock.
like a novelty. I'm a shareholder. Now, Eagles stock, I'm really, really in on. Sixer stock, I don't think I'd buy the Sixer stock because I would trust that maybe they'd come up with a business plan that I would find incredibly annoying. That would make me say, as a shareholder, I hate their thought process of how to build a winner. I would question it. Who do you trust? If you were a shareholder, who do you trust?
It's a good question.
To be a good steward of your money.
You're talking about the business aspect
Yes.
of the team being on the court floor ice.
Yes, because you're going to buy stock. I didn't even put the Flyers in this discussion right now because, honestly, you'd be buying a penny stock.
Yeah, to me, this is a pretty easy decision. It's the Phillies.
See, to me, it's Eagles.
Well, you're wrong.
Why is that?
Because you're a jackass.
Explain it to me. Why
So,
is it?
no,
I think that's a pretty good explanation right there. You can turn off your mic.
I wasn't arguing the point. I just wanted a clarification of why.
Roasted.
Because I haven't disagreed with many of their free agent moves, and I would say 95% of them worked out. Nick Castellanos being the big one recently that has not worked out yet. And there's still 3 years left on the deal, but for the most part, like even the moves that I did disagree with, Kyle Schwarber, seemed to have worked out. Zach Wheeler, wasn't a huge fan of that move. Seemed to have worked out pretty well. I would say that one worked out, right? Yeah, Zach Wheeler?
I'd say it's worked out really well.
So,
by the way, can we just say one thing? Before we can go back to it. The fact that they said at the postseason that Dave Dombrowski says there's nothing wrong physically with Zach Wheeler scares me.
A little bit.
That
But
scares me. But that's another issue we'll get to.
They've spent money, and I think they've done so pretty damn wisely for the most part. So I would pick them. The Eagles, though, would be a very close second. If the Phillies for me are 1A, Eagles are 1B, because it's the same thing. You can't really criticize the free agent moves that they've made, although I feel like they've had more hiccups than the Phillies recently.
I think the Eagles are the more steady. If you're making an investment in something, the Eagles are going to be that steady. You know it's always going to be good. It rarely dips. More of a chance for it to be higher gains, right? That's your Eagles. The Phillies, I think, are more intriguing because I think you're looking at it as, wow, they can get a real spike soon. I can make some real money on them soon if I'm investing.
They're very interesting.
They are.
They're an
for all
interesting
the
one.
reasons Pat just laid out. So I think I'm right along with Pat that I'm Phillies 1, Eagles 1A. Flyers, I'm holding on to my money. Sixers, my investment would be more towards they're going to build a new arena more than the product on the floor. I don't know.
I'd be worried. I wouldn't give the Sixers my money because I would be saying they may come up. Their executives may go into a business meeting and say, you know, what's a really great plan? Being crappy for 4 years and tank my investment because they thought that was a way to That's the way they had to build a champion to win it, even though we've seen numerous examples where, like Milwaukee, like Toronto, like others, where you don't have to do that at all.
Counterpoint to that would be Christian Bale's character in the Oscar-winning movie The Big Short, who shorted the housing market, and he was losing people money hand over fist, and he said, hold the line, gentlemen, hold the line. And you know what happened? Everyone who stayed with him made a ton. So that line of thinking
now,
of,
was it all legal? Was it all legal?
Yeah, he shorted the housing market. It's completely legal. The housing market eventually collapsed, and he made a ton of money for it. But
he did.
My problem with the Sixers necessarily isn't that line of thinking of the process, and I understand why you would say that. Because saying, hey, we're going to lose your money for 4 years, but don't worry, after that it'll be money
because it hasn't paid off.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're a stockholder, it has paid off. I mean, the valuation of the team is through the roof right now. My problem with the Sixers is so far, and it's very early on in the 2.0 of this, but so far they're 0 for 2 in facelifts. In drastic free agent facelifts, they're 0 for 2. And it is early, it is November, and this team could gel, and they're without James Harden and all that, but their free agent acquisitions this time don't seem to have really paid off the way they thought, and they certainly didn't pay off when they did the Al Horford move.
Did they trade for Melton or free agent?
They traded for him.
Yeah. I was going to say, I like that.
What was it?
But you're right,
Was that 2 second-round picks?
I believe it was Danny Green was in the move, but I mean, that was for money.
I mean, I just look at it as the Eagles are the ones that I know I can trust the Eagles organization better than any organization in town, and that's where I'd invest.
That is your,
because I know that I can trust
that's your safest.
Them. Yes, it's
no question. It's your safest,
and the NFL's the best product of all professional sports. So I'm looking at it going, wait a minute, best product, and I'm looking at it as best stewards of my money is Jeffrey Lurie and the Eagles. So I would to me, I would think that they were the ones. Now, the one thing is, I think I would throw some money the Flyers' way, Pat.
Really?
Just because of the fact that I think there's be an opportunity to get it for pennies on the dollar.
Yeah, I think that's throwing away money.
So you think they'd never? You're saying it never comes back then?
I mean, how long you?
Or you don't think the NHL?
I don't think the Flyers are a well-run organization right now. I mean, and a case in.
I think you're right.
Prime example of that is like the moves they make are, Tony DeAngelo, Rasmus Ristolainen. Like, if they were going with the thought process of like we're going to save our money for when we can actually compete, that's one thing. They don't know if they're competing or they're not. They're completely. So I just don't trust their management style because it seems like they're a CEO that is very kind of like Elon Musk a little bit. Like they just one minute it's one thing and the next minute it's another, and you're like, you got to get on the same page here.
I'm not investing a penny
in the Flyers
towards that organization.
Not right now.
No.
Hey, Philly Pretzel Factory carrying over the show today, the preferred soft pretzel of the Philadelphia Eagles. They did a good job of aligning with one of the best organizations in town. Pat, do you have $899
at my bank?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Currently.
I got a great idea then. I'm know
rich.
That Jack loves Bryce Harper.
He does, yeah.
For $899, Jack can get a personalized message on Cameo from Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper's doing Cameo now for $899 personal messages.
For what, a 30-second spot, a minute spot? Does it say how long?
It's like you can get like a personal. Like you can get a personal message. It's like 30 to 60 seconds, I believe.
I hope the God he's donating all that money.
Yeah,
I hope he is too.
It always depends on the person. Sometimes you'll get like a 2-minute response.
But what do you think?
I mean, I thank God it's not 900 because that's my breaking point.
So you're now contemplating.
Yeah, now I'm considering it, but
$899, and I agree with you, Bob.
Well, I
certainly hope that he's donating this money.
I hope so too. I think it's priced this way.
And I know he's a charitable guy.
Yeah, and I think it's priced this way because he wants to be accessible to the fans, but he also doesn't want to be inundated with requests. And if he makes it affordable, $200, let's say $250,
then he'd be inundated.
He's going to just be spending all his free time making cameos. So he makes it a little bit of a ridiculous price so that he's not inundated, but he's still accessible to it. But yeah, I do hope that he will be donating the money because he certainly doesn't need it.
Now, Daryl Morey is doing his Cameo to benefit the ACLU. That's what he's decided to do Cameo. How much is Daryl Morey's personal message cost on Cameo?
I'll say he's probably going to keep it real. I'll say I'm going to be way low probably, but I'll say like $100.
No, I'll say $450.
$999.
Oh man, that's disappointing.
$200 more than Bryce Harper.
Well, thank God, because for Daryl Morey, my breaking point was $1,000. So,
by the way, there are seven people have already paid Bryce Harper, and for $899.
You've got the money, sure.
Daryl's is at 0.
Well, when did he start?
Before Bryce Harper. He's at 0. I think he's outpriced the market there.
I was hoping it was a feel-good story. If Daryl's the everyman, and he's just charging $100. He's going $1,000.
That's surprising to me.
God.
That's a ton of money.
If somebody, Pat, if you and I were to get John a birthday gift, and it was for somebody to do a Cameo birthday wish to him, who would it be?
I can get them myself.
Oh, okay. Excuse me.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
You. Oh, I'm John Kincade. I know the entire cast.
Give me somebody good. Give me somebody good.
Come
on.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
And there it is. Absolutely.
Hey, Jimmy. Hey, John. It's Jimmy here. I would absolutely marry Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah.
It would be. I think it would be. Oh gosh, there's a lot. There's a lot. It like Christina says. Can you get? Is there any gift that I could get that would like blow me away? I said, okay, Pebble Beach. Playing golf at Pebble Beach.
Mm-hmm.
And if I was playing golf at Pebble Beach and I could pick my foursome, I would go Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, Barack Obama. I would love to play golf with 3 former presidents and pick their brain and hear stories and just I think that would be so awesome. Because you don't get access to you can get access to celebrities in this job where sometimes you meet somebody and you get that access. 3 former presidents, you don't get that access. That's something that's totally outlandish.
That's cool
to be able to do.
I mean, Bob, what would yours be?
I don't know.
Rock, Glenn, and who?
Yeah, Rock doesn't play golf.
Rock doesn't play golf?
No. I think one of them would be Tiger, just because I'd love to see the way the game is supposed to be played. Because I think that would be pretty cool to watch him play. I don't know. I've never thought of this. Has come up before, but I've never really thought of it.
That would be a dream foursome to me. Is play Pebble Beach.
That's a good foursome.
And play with 3 former presidents.
Not bad.
Because I believe they have literally led lives that I can't even fathom.
Yeah, not bad.
The stress, the anxiety, and to see them in a relaxed setting, I bet you they would be a blast. To hang out with.
Do the people have to be alive?
Yes, because they can't play golf if they're dead.
Oh.
Makes it difficult.
All right, I'm going to go with Walter Mondale, Chris Kattan, and B. Arthur.
And
now,
she's dead.
With Walter okay.
B died?
I think B. Arthur's dead,
I'm going to
isn't
say
she?
she's alive. I don't know. But if she is, then we'll substitute her with somebody else. But I'm picking Walter Mondale and B. Arthur. Great stories, but also I think I can beat them in golf because they're so damn old.
Wait a minute, I'm wrong on that. B. Arthur died.
Okay, so
we'll cross her off.
B. Arthur, by the way, B. Arthur's been dead for 13 years.
Okay, well, no worries. We'll cross her off and we'll fill her in. Let's go with Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh, jeez.
I know I can beat her in golf. Okay, so we'll go Walter Mondale.
It's not about beating people, Pat. It's about enjoying company.
I don't think you can beat her in arm wrestling.
I can't, but golf I can. So Walter Mondale, Chris Kattan, and Rosie O'Donnell. Great story. She had a talk show. Okay, Walter Mondale. There's the political angle of it.
Yeah. She was one of the voices in Tarzan, the animated movie.
I mean, she should have won an Oscar for it.
I believe so.
She was in an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Wow.
Oh, M. Night's not a bad one.
And actually, he's one of my favorite directors, so I'd love to.
See, but
that'd be cool to get an interesting mind like that.
But I'd have a feeling that the beginning of the round would go really well, and then the end would leave me going, boy, that was a stupid ending.
I wasted my time.
That was stupid.
It'd be a great story.
Like that movie on the beach that I kept texting Pat going, tell me this doesn't.
His movies for me are very hit or miss, but when they hit, they're incredible.
All right, Pat, something happened yesterday that down with the NovaCare complex.
This is Pat's Point of View. Here's Pat.
Well, technically, Don, it says great news for the Eagles came down yesterday and had nothing to do.
had nothing to do with it. I'm sorry.
Anything in the NovaCare complex because the New Orleans Saints announced that Andy Dalton will remain as the starting quarterback. This is great news for the Eagles. They hold the number 4 overall pick right now. And to hear that the Saints and that beautiful man, Mickey Loomis, is sticking with the red rifle, Andy Dalton, that is music to Eagles fans' ears right there. We talked about this earlier this week. I think Jameis Winston's a better quarterback than Andy Dalton. I think they have a much better chance of winning with Jameis Winston. So the fact that they have lost however many in a row, they're one of the worst teams in football. They do not have their first-round pick because they stupidly traded it, and they're still sticking with this guy. Oh my God, it can't get better.
How bad must Jameis be though behind the scenes?
There's
probably just a knucklehead.
There's got to be stuff going on.
They can't they feel he can't lead.
But can he do worse? Like at that point, if I'm the head coach, I'm asking, can he do worse?
Now they play the Rams this Sunday with and I don't think Stafford's playing.
Yeah, the Rams, man,
bad.
what
the
a
Rams
collapse
are terrible.
that has been.
I've never seen a Super Bowl team champion collapse like that.
Yeah,
then they're at San Francisco and they're at Tampa Bay. So keep it going, baby.
Yeah, I mean,
keep it going.
Best of luck, but I love the fact that they're sticking with Andy. I actually cracked up when I read the tweet on the website that's dead now. But
yeah, you mean the website that people think is going to be gone tomorrow? Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I love the fact. I mean, keep it rolling. And if the Eagles can somehow, like at this point, I don't know about you guys and how you look at the scoreboard. I'm not only looking at Saints games. I'm looking at the 3 teams ahead of them too.
Okay, who are the 3 teams ahead? Houston,
Carolina, and then I forget the third one.
Yeah, Tankathon. I'll check it on.
But I'm like every week.
Yes,
I'm actively looking to see where that pick is, and
Carolina, Vegas.
Okay, and then Vegas looks like a disaster, dumpster fire.
Yeah, but Vegas is right there with the winning. By the way, Vegas is right there with the winning percentage. So if Vegas wins the game, if they dumb into a game, they're going to jump them. So they're going to jump them in the order.
I feel like they're too talented not to win one game. I mean, I'm the idiot who picked them.
And Carolina might.
Yeah, I mean, Carolina looks motivated since firing Matt Rule. And they look like they're playing a little bit better.
And I think Carolina plays. I think they have a game. They may have a game remaining.
And that's going to be key. That Carolina New Orleans game.
Yeah, that could be.
I mean, they play one more time. That's going to be.
And then we'll take care of them.
That's going to be huge.
Yeah.
New Year's Day, we're going to take care of them.
I'm gonna be cheering so hard for Carolina that game.
Yeah.
What if they're both though? The thing is though, is that if Carolina still they hold their pick, they may tank on their own that game.
They might, and you couldn't blame them for doing so.
No, you couldn't. We can't complain after the end of the Doug Peterson administration.
No,
we will have nothing to say about that. But
yeah,
but man. Right now, the 4th pick in the draft, delicious. And I absolutely do not believe they will pick it 4th. Pat, you and I?
No, neither do I. I think,
I think it's going to be awesome. We're like boys on this one. On that one we are.
You agree on something.
We agree, yeah. Let's have some boundaries here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Boys, I don't know about that.
You didn't ride in a car with him for an hour last night. That was me.
You didn't almost die at 15 miles an hour.
Exactly.
We will revisit our predictions and let you hear what we think is going to happen between the Eagles and the Colts in case you missed it earlier. John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey, guys, Bob Cooney here, and this is the Game Plan for Victory, brought to you by Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. What's your game plan for this weekend? Well, the game plan for victory for the Philadelphia Eagles, I believe, this weekend is run the football. That's right. Periods after every one of them. You have to do that against the Indianapolis Colts. A defense that's 10th in the league against the run. Not too bad. Giving up 111 yards a game, but I need 15 to 20 carries from Miles Sanders this week. I need the Eagles to protect the football, and I think that comes by running it. This game plan for victory is brought to you by Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. Need a game plan for a winning weekend? Live Casino and Hotel has you covered with world-class gaming, luxury hotel accommodations, and premier dining and entertainment. The ultimate game day watch party headquarters presented by Bud Light. Catch the action at Sports and Social or Center Bar with giveaways, contests, and special alumni appearances. Sip on specialty cocktails at the Prime Rib. Try Philly favorites with a twist at Le Fou, like cheesesteak egg rolls or the Philly Philly roll. I just love Luck Fu. Enjoy $5 Bud Lights every game. Game days at Live presented by Bud Light. To learn more, visit livecasinophilly.com. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
Talking sense into people isn't really my thing. In fact, I'm better at the opposite.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Attention, did you or a loved one live at or near Marine Base Camp Lejeune in North Carolina between 1953 and 1987? If so, listen closely for this important legal announcement. From 1953 to 1987, Marines and their family members at Camp Lejeune drank water that was contaminated with hazardous toxins. The toxins found in the water at Camp Lejeune may cause health issues, especially later in life. Types of health issues associated with water at Camp Lejeune are numerous. If you or a loved one lived near Camp Lejeune between 1953 and 1987, you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation without going to court. Even if you were turned down in the past, a new law can allow you to file a claim today. If you or a loved one spent time near Camp Lejeune, call the Negligence Network to find out if you're eligible for financial compensation. There's no fee unless we win your case. Call 1-800-700-4333. That's 1-800-700-4333. 1-800-700-4333.
My husband and I live next door to a haunted graveyard. It's a little creepy, but we manage. Just like we manage without home internet. Do I wish my mobile hotspot was faster? Yes, but I make it work. Kinda. Just like we make it work sleeping next to a 17th century burial ground.
Honey, can you move your hand?
That's not my hand.
It's mine.
Not having home internet? It's not that bad.
It is that bad. Don't settle for just mobile. Get Xfinity Home Internet and 1 gigabit of Xfinity Mobile together, starting as low as $24.95 a month when you qualify for Internet Essentials. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit your local Xfinity store today. Restrictions apply. Limited to Internet Essentials, residential customers meeting certain eligibility criteria. Taxes and fees extra. Pricing subject to change. Xfinity Internet required if no longer eligible for Internet Essentials. Regular rates apply. Reduced mobile speeds after 20 gigabytes of data usage.
NBA fans, the NBA action is just getting started, and so are the incredible offers at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. New customers can make any $5 NBA pregame moneyline bet and get $200 in free bets if your team wins. Check this out. Right now, everyone can earn up to a 100% boost with DraftKings stepped-up same-game parlays. These are my favorites. Go to DraftKings Sportsbook app, place a same-game parlay, and combine multiple bets like which team will win, total rebounds, total points scored, and more. I just hit on one of these. Yes, I'm having some pretty good success where I do go just that. Maybe some rebounds, some points. With payouts bigger than ever, DraftKings Sportsbook is where I go to bet on the NBA. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code FANATIC. Make any $5 bet this week and get $200 in free bets if your team wins. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook with promo code FANATIC. Must be 21 or older, Pennsylvania only. Bonus issued as free bets. 1 boost per eligible game. Opt-in required. 10-plus leg requirement for a 100% boost. Deposit, parlay, and wagering restrictions apply. Eligibility and terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/basketball terms in partnership with Meadows Racetrack and Casino. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Dell Technologies Black Friday event has arrived with select deals on top tech to power business productivity. The savings start now with up to 50% off select performance business PCs powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Don't forget special pricing on the latest monitors, docks, and accessories, including free shipping on everything. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL for Black Friday deals. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Your fall getaway awaits at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Atlantic City. Let's spend the night together with midweek room rates starting from $69. Enjoy award-winning restaurants, free live entertainment every night of the week, nonstop action in the casino, plus the largest collection of music memorabilia. For reservations and to book your stay, visit HardRockHotelAtlanticCity.com. Certain restrictions apply. Bet with your head, not over it. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Have you ever noticed that when the afternoon light hits your floors, you can see everything, including dust?
So much dust.
And that floor dust gets kicked up into the air, compromising the quality of air you and your family breathe.
Eesh.
Swiffer Heavy Duty Sweeper is the fast and easy way to clean your floors, with ultra-thick pads that trap and lock dust before it gets in the air. Just a couple minutes a day.
And dust is gone.
Swiffer Heavy Duty Sweeper. Proud partner of the American Lung Association.
By the time you're finished listening to this Pepsi Zero Sugar, you'll be 15 seconds closer to kickoff. Stock up now because game day is so close you can almost taste it. Football watching. Better with Pepsi.
It's time to buy during Jeff D'Ambrosio Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram's biggest 2022 leftover sale in history. If you want it for less, you've got to see Jeff. Visit GoJeffAuto.com.
If you live in Pottstown, I want to see you tomorrow night at Little Italy. It's also known as the Poorhouse, because tomorrow night I'm swinging by with my friends at Bud Light for the Bud Light Saturday Game Night Series. I'll be there from 7 to 9 p.m. It's been a blast all season long, giving away some great Eagles prizes, including tickets and autographed merch. So for tomorrow night, we have an autographed Javon Hargrave football, and we have tickets to the game against Green Bay on November 27th. So once again, stop on by. I want to see you. It's tomorrow night at Little Italy, also known as the Poorhouse. It's in Pottstown, and it's from 7 to 9 p.m. And if you can't make it out for tomorrow night, not to worry. Just head to the events tab on 97.5thefanatic.com, and it'll give you the list of all of the Bud Light Saturday Game Night Series, because we're going to bars throughout the Philly area all season long, and we're giving out tickets and autographed merch and just having a good time, all courtesy of Bud Light. Plus, there's great Bud Light specials as I'm there from 7 to 9 p.m. So once again, tomorrow night, Pottstown, Little Italy, a.k.a. the Poorhouse. I want to see you there for the Bud Light Saturday Game Night Series, and we have tickets to give away for the November 27th game and an autographed Javon Hargrave football. Hope to see you out there.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. The John Kincade Show.
I watch TV, I play video games, and then I go to happy hour.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
It's the John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, and our 8 o'clock hour is brought to you by Martin Law. They are the law firm for injured workers. Visit paworkinjury.com. And we have a special announcement to make today.
Very special.
An opportunity for you to team up with us and our friends at the American Association for Cancer Research. They've got a busy weekend ahead of them with the marathon weekend here. But we're presenting Giving Tuesday live with the John Kincade Show coming up Tuesday morning, November 29th, in our new performance center, which is inside the Fanatic Studios. This is going to be a special broadcast, intimate event. Tickets to the experience are $50. They're very limited, and all proceeds are going to benefit the AACR. Your ticket will include breakfast, live viewing of the show, hang out, meet and greet with us, and some surprise guests. Everyone who attends gets a $25 gift card to Rally House and a great gift from Steven Singer Jewelers. Plus, chances to win Sixers and Flyers tickets. So that's pretty good. Get tickets and complete details right now at 97.5thefanatic.com. It's our Giving Tuesday live coming up Tuesday morning, November the 29th, after Thanksgiving, in our new performance center, which is inside the Fanatic Studios. All proceeds benefiting the AACR. Limited number of seats. You're going to get prizes. In fact, you're going to get total gift values over $75, and your ticket to get into the event is $50. But you got to act quickly, because when they're gone, they're gone. Get tickets and complete details now at 97.5 The Fanatic.
I'm not smart, but that sounds like a bargain.
It does sound like a bargain, and you're doing something good for it.
And the breakfast that you get?
Pagano's.
Pagano's.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Pagano's will cater
delicious
our breakfast.
Great food down there.
How about that?
That's good.
It's going to be a fun day, I think.
I was going to have lunch at Pagano's today, but I screwed up.
How'd you screw up?
So I'm going up to LaSalle to talk to or do something up there for some people.
That sounds good. Why is that a screw?
Right. So my time in between, I was going to go to Pagano's for lunch, right?
Right.
However, stupid Bob left the house today without bringing the change of clothes that is needed to go to LaSalle. So now, after work, I got to run home, get changed, and then run back out to LaSalle, which is only 5 minutes from here. So
You have
the
literally-
stupidity
yeah,
factor really came
It's running high.
into play today, yeah.
Well, Donna may be in the car right now bringing you clothes.
No.
She may be.
No, she's working.
Oh, see? Well, she can't then.
No.
So,
Yeah.
there you go.
And I wouldn't ask her.
Hey, he wouldn't ask you to do that. Let's revisit our Eagles-Colts predictions from earlier today, in case you missed it. My thought process being, this game's going to be tight. At times, it may be uncomfortable. But the Eagles are going to win this game because the Colts offense cannot produce any kind of sustained offensive success or attack. This is a team that scores 15 points a game. Eagles defense has been extremely impressive. Colts don't have an impressive passing game, but it's going to be tight. Their defense is strong. I'll go 23-13 Eagles. They get off the one-game loss and don't let it become a streak.
Yeah, so I think it's going to take some work to get out of this little lull that they're in. And maybe they don't do it this full game. It may start slowly. Concerns may rise because sometimes it just takes just that to get yourself back in order. I don't think the Eagles are really far off being in order, but I think they're wobbling on the tracks just a little bit. So you're going to need a game. You're going to need a period of maybe 3 quarters or whatever to get yourself back on track. I think they will. I think they will wind up winning this game 26-17.
Oh, we got a 10-point victory and a 9-point victory, Pat.
What say you, Pat?
I do think they win the game. I think they get back on track, but I do think they struggle to contain Jonathan Taylor. I think Jeff Saturday's game plan is going to be pretty simple with this one. It's just going to be hammering the football, and I think Jonathan Taylor has a big day because the Eagles just don't have a lot of beef. Even with the additions, it's hard to get them involved early on. But ultimately, I think talent weighs out, and I have the Eagles winning this one 31-24, so 7-point win.
31-24. So there we go. We're all sort of in the same ballpark.
Yeah.
I mean, we're none of us are expecting it to be. All of us are expecting an Eagle victory again. We were all expecting one on Monday night also. So just to put it out there, none of us hiding from that.
We stink too.
None of us hiding from that. But we're feeling pretty good about it going into the game on Sunday. And you guys will get everybody's Eagles Sunday kicked off.
That's right.
With the pregame show.
We'll be at Timeout on Pine in Huntington Valley. Pat will be there at 9 o'clock to kick us off for an hour before me, Devon, and Jamie Lynch join him. And we'll take you right up to Eagles football. It is a great place to go. It's 20 minutes from everywhere.
From everywhere.
So check out Timeout on Pine. Come on and stop by. It's pretty cool. They open the bar at 10 o'clock, so everything's open to eat and drink. And we get a good crowd there. A lot of fun people come out to hang out with us.
How did they ever arrange that, Pat, that they found a place that is 20 minutes from everywhere? That's genius.
It's a skill.
It's genius.
And you got to think about this. It took 2,022 years to finally find it.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's really not easy to do. How they did it, I have no idea. But there's not one person that we've ever spoken to in the times that we've been there that it hasn't taken them between 20 and 25 minutes to get there.
Like you said last night, going up to Horsham to PJ's was 12 or 13 miles, right? From the office.
Yeah, it was 12.
Okay. It was 32 miles for me, and I got there faster. I didn't hit traffic at all. Like, I just flew the whole way.
Oh, nice.
There was nothing, and it took you guys longer coming up here just because of the way it is. So sometimes distance doesn't even matter.
No, sometimes size doesn't either.
I hadn't heard that before, but
no, because Pat has a smaller car, and you think it would be faster. But you know what? Pat also took his time driving because we were having such a pleasant time just talking, the two of us. You know, we're talking about his mom's trip and family and all that. Wasn't it a good time, Pat?
Did you solve any of life's problems?
No. Wasn't looking to do that.
Hey, Black Friday Super Sale is going on at Colonial Marble and Granite. The biggest savings of the year, 30% off all marble, granite, quartz, all those countertops, 35% off cabinetry, 60% off select exotic stone. Gotta love the exotic stone. For a limited time, check out Colonial Marble and Granite. Anthony sounds so excited about his new kitchen, about getting his kitchen redone.
I want to go there one day.
Granite.
I want to go there one day and watch him make crabs and spaghetti.
Man, I'll tell you, last year I went to the luncheon, and it was spectacular. That was a great, great time.
You smell.
Well, I'm sorry. I
That wasn't for you. That was for somebody else that is on the show.
What did you think yesterday? Nick Sirianni, who always makes it his agenda to go soft on his players as far as physically preparing them to play. They take a soft approach to it, avoid injuries, don't overwork guys, keep them fresh. And by the way, looks like he's doing a pretty good job with his strategy. And Jeff Saturday yesterday takes the Colts out to practice in 35-degree temperatures and wind chills of 26 and 27 degrees. First of all, what's it about? Because to me, it sounds like high school Harry. You have an indoor practice facility. You are playing the game in a beautiful dome on Sunday. That sounds high school Harry to me.
It doesn't make sense. It's silly.
I had thought, by the way, we didn't talk about this. I had thought you were going to disagree with me.
No, not
so
in this instance. Okay. Yeah, and sometimes I hate myself for it, but I don't get it at all. The greatest point you make is they're playing inside on Sunday. What
in
the hell?
72 degrees, it'll be beautiful.
I struggle with this, and especially at the professional level. Can you make guys tougher? Maybe you can make them play tougher or whatever. I don't think that is the way to do it. Not to professional athletes.
No,
not taking them out in the cold and saying, we're going to go out there and freeze our asses off. That'll make men out of you. The quickest way to lose somebody, and our YouTubers and listeners can say, is when you don't relate to them. I'll say some things because of my age, and a lot of YouTubers will come back at me, and it's true. Okay, it's true. It's just the life that I've lived or the way I see things. It might not be on kilter with younger people. I understand that. No big deal. But it's the first thing that'll draw that person away from you a little bit. Jeff Saturday doing the Harry Hard guy, and I used to practice out in the snow. Nobody gives a crap. Those players don't. It is strange, and his reasoning behind it is probably solid in his mind. And I didn't see what his explanation was for it. I'll dig in and see if I can find something. But
they're trying to. He's trying to test their mettle.
Yeah, I just, if you're at that point.
And it's a bonding moment.
Yeah, I don't, John, you and I could try to bond in a nice warm studio. I don't need to sit outside with you.
Sit in the cold one in the parking lot.
Yeah, no.
I just don't understand it. And it was, Crossing Broad had a funny thing about it going that they know how it will be handled. That if the Colts win, Pat, it'll be that the Colts were tough and that the Eagles get the softer routine. And that if the Eagles win, it's that the Colts, the Jeff Saturday's an idiot and he's doing the Harry Hard on. That's why you do it in advance. He's doing the high school Harry routine that to me is incredibly embarrassing. Yeah, it just is. It doesn't make any sense to me.
You're 10 games into a season. You're trying to get them on your side. Now, that seems to me you're making more of a statement than you are trying to better your team. Practicing outside, first of all, it's awfully cold up in Indianapolis right now.
Yes.
Practicing really outside, is that going to make your quarterback run plays better? Is it going to make your offensive line execute better because you're outside? And again, John, the perfect point. The game isn't outside on Sunday. If it was outside Sunday, if they were coming here to Philadelphia,
I totally get it, right?
Okay, but don't get it a little bit.
Pat, do you have any problem with it, or
no? It's ridiculous. This is stupid, and it's exactly what you guys said. You're trying too hard. You're trying too hard to create a culture that takes months, and you're trying to do it in 7 minutes, and it's dumb. And you probably just lost a lot of your veterans in the locker room that are saying this is dumb.
I guarantee you, under their breath.
Yeah, it's very out of touch. And say what you will about Sirianni and the way he handles practice or training camp or whatnot, but he got the veterans on board very early on. So while we might have questioned it, the fan base might have questioned how he was handling things, the veterans weren't. I highly doubt that Jeff Saturday went to the veterans and said, hey, what do you guys want to do? And they said, you know what we'd love? We'd love to go out there and freeze our ass off in practice when we're playing in a dome. That would be awesome. Let's do that, coach. So this is just ridiculous. It's stupid. And you're right. Crossing Broad's right. When, if for some reason the Colts pull this out, it'll be like, look, they're tougher.
They made them tougher.
I can't help but think about what our old buddy Trey Thomas said about, the Eagles are tougher because they play in the cold. I'm from Florida.
And he laughed at that.
I don't like playing in the cold. Nobody does. This is stupid. So,
toughening the team up, Okay. Jeff Saturday looking at that team that he took over and saying, you know what? This isn't a very tough or physical football team. I don't know if taking you outside into the elements toughens you up. It's a punishment right off the bat after they came off of a win.
I'm warning you of something, though, everybody out there, and cover your eyes. If you like good football, go watch the Colts and the Raiders from last week. And you can watch, if you have the NFL Plus app like I do, you can watch the 15-minute game. It was a horrible game. And I promise you, if you watch that game, you will feel much better about the Eagles' chances than you probably feel right now, coming off a loss and everything. When you watch Colts Raiders, you'll say to yourself, wait a minute, these were two bad football teams, and the even worse football team almost beat the Colts last week in Las Vegas. So just, if you have a chance, go watch it, because it was a poorly played football game.
If you have a chance, go watch some bad football.
Yes, I think it'll make you feel better.
Yeah.
And you'll see that the Colts, they won. They won a game, but there's nothing you walk away from that game going, man, they turned a corner. Man, that team really, look what they did. They're just awesome today. They were not a good football team, and they were playing a terrible football team. They were playing arguably one of the worst teams, if not the worst team in the NFL. But I would only give the one caution to that is the Eagles played the Texans.
Exactly. The trepidation is that the Eagles played the Texans and Washington.
Wasn't that impressive. Well, Washington's a 500 team.
They are, but like you said, all of us picked the Eagles to win 31-13, no problem. And, so
I did the same scores last week, 23-13. I thought it would be a tight game. I never thought it would be that.
No.
I never thought that was going to happen.
No.
Hey, Philly Pretzel Factory's taking over the show today. They are the preferred soft pretzel of the Philadelphia Eagles. And Bob says that someone needs to take the defense by the horns. Well, Bob, is that a player or a coach?
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's corner.
I'm not sure. I don't trust. I don't trust Jonathan Gannon to take the defense by the horns and do something totally different that makes you say, wow, look what he did.
That shocked me.
Yeah. I don't trust that. I don't think the defense has played terrifically over the last couple of weeks. Damian Pierce ran for 130-plus yards on them. Last week they couldn't get off the field. So they need to change things. Things need to change with this Eagles defense. Who do you look to do it? Now, I think the first person that would come to pretty much all of our minds would be Slay. He's got to do something.
But he's got to play a hell of a lot better than he did Monday night. He does, terrible.
But you're going against a run-heavy team. So I don't know if I can actually rely on Slay to kind of carry the offense or make the plays that the defense, make the plays that this defense needs, because quite frankly, I don't know how much the action he's going to see. Even when they do throw the ball with Matt Ryan, are you really going to go after Darius Slay? Probably not. In the few times, you're probably going to diagram to go away from him. So who's a defensive player that needs to step up this week in your guys' mind?
Well, you mentioned one of them, in that I do believe it. I do believe it's Darius Slay, because I think he played his worst game, maybe as an Eagle.
Yeah,
in that game.
That's exactly the first person that came to my mind, and the first person that I thought you guys would say. But
there has to be somebody
if you get targeted 3 times a game, can you really,
It's got to be Fletcher Cox.
Wow.
Now that Pat,
that's scary.
Now you're scaring me.
Having a big game from Fletcher Cox would do. It would go so far. This team's going to try to pound the football down your throat. So it's either got to be, if it's not Fletcher Cox, or it's not someone on the line, it's got to be one of the linebackers. It's got to be T.J. Edwards, who I didn't think had a good game. It's got to be Kyler White. One of those guys, because you have to stop Jonathan Taylor. And I think you're right, Bob. Like, if you get targeted 3 times a game, how much of an impact are you really making? Well, the argument is you're only getting targeted 3 times a game because you're locking your wide receiver up so good. But I got to go defensive line.
Gosh, it's Fletcher Cox that scares the hell out of me. You're saying that. I'm going to say, I don't want to say that it's got to be Josh Sweat or Brandon Graham.
Okay. Now, again, you're talking about outside rushers on a team that doesn't throw all that much.
Yeah, but this team is going to – Matt Ryan was throwing the other day, and one of the things that he doesn't have on his ball is a little bit of zip. The zip is way off his ball. Watch me throw 1,000 passes. His ball looks like it just doesn't have the delivery zip anymore. And if you can disrupt his throwing, man, you're going to have a big day. You're going to have a big, big day.
I think I need TJ Edwards to show me more than he showed the last few games. Like Pat said, we're going to get 25 times of Jonathan Taylor running the ball. I don't doubt that for a second. So I need him plugging holes. I need him reading it. I need it when Jonathan Taylor bounces outside, that it's not those 8 to 10 yard pickups that have gotten accustomed to seeing of late. I need TJ Edwards to be all over the place. I need linebacker play this week.
People are, I guess when I hear people talk about TJ Edwards, I feel like they see something, and I'm not saying that I'm right and they're wrong, but I think a lot of fans, when I hear them talk about TJ Edwards, I think they're looking at a different player than I am. I don't see this impactful, really, really great, like even very, very good performance week after week. I'm just not seeing it. I don't think he impacts.
I don't think anybody's thinking it either.
I hear a lot of people are very impressed by him. Like he's taking. I don't see an impact. I don't see him as an impactful guy at all.
Yeah, I've heard him questioned more than not over the last 2-3 weeks.
Oh yeah, last 2 or 3 weeks. Yes, I don't see impactful player though, and I was hoping. Let's put it this way: I was hoping for more. I thought we would see more this year.
It's fair enough.
That it would be an escalating play. I'm not seeing it right now. Hopefully that'll change. So we'll find out against the Colts.
Yeah, I need linebacker play this week.
Yeah, I mean.
Need it.
It's two. There's another defensive player, Bob, you were bringing up earlier that they went out and acquired, Robert Quinn, who now is dinged up. And he's been literally witness protection program, anonymous. No impact.
Yeah,
none at all.
I was texting with a buddy yesterday about him, and he said he was rewatching the game with his son, and they replayed a play. His son played college football. They said that a tight end got him and blocked him 10 yards downfield. Robert Quinn.
How?
A tight end blocked him 10 yards downfield. I was shocked. Now, look, I knew the name, knew what he did last year with the 18.5 sacks and all. I never realized he was this thin. He looks really, really thin out there for a defensive lineman. And, just not getting it done now.
Rarely does Howie, where you walk away and go, boy, Howie, he's always going to have the advantage over someone else.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Fourth round pick. I guess you got to see how it plays out still.
You do.
Yeah, I still look at it like they didn't give up anything.
Yeah, not much.
I think fourth round picks are valuable.
I mean, I think. I could.
And
be,
by the way, I
wrong,
applauded
but I think
the move.
Get it back. I think they get it back if he signs elsewhere, which he's going to. So, it's really you're not risking much.
No, you're not. And remember, you're going to get the fourth round pick you get back will be after everybody picks. But the Eagles are going to pick towards the end of the draft anyway, at the end of a round anyway. So you may be talking about it being a difference of 4 or 5 selections.
Yeah, and
so it's not a big deal. I applauded the move when Howie made it, so I'm not trying to say, oh, yeah, it was a stupid move, because I applauded it. I loved it.
And it's not like you can't find value in the fourth round. You absolutely can. But just looking at, their recent history, Zech McPherson,
right,
Kayvon Wallace, Sharif Miller, Josh Sweat was good, but Mac Hollins before that, Donnell Pumphrey, Josh Sweat's the only name there where you go, oh, okay, you found. Other than that, you either have a lot of depth pieces or guys that straight up aren't in the league right now.
Hey, remember, we're having our Giving Tuesday live broadcast for the American Association for Cancer Research on The Fanatic in our new performance center inside the Fanatic studios, but you got to get a ticket to it. It's a special, intimate experience. We're doing the show. You come and you hang out with us. All proceeds benefit the AACR. Your ticket includes breakfast, live viewing of the show. You hang out with us, little meet and greet, and some surprise guests. And everyone who attends gets a $25 gift card to Rally House and a great gift from Steven Singer Jewelers, plus chances to win Sixers and Flyers tickets. So get tickets and complete details now at 97.5thefanatic.com. This is a very limited space. We're not talking about a huge venue. So if you get the chance to do it now. If you want to be a part of it, don't wait till next week. It could be gone by that point. All right, coming up, I want to set the standard so there's no difference in conversation on Monday. We'll get to it next. John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. I know the BetParx Sportsbook and Casino app has kept me entertained all college football season. I love it during the NFL. And, man, we got basketball now, too. And, you can bet the Birds every single week. Less than a touchdown favorite at Indianapolis. What are you thinking? You can bet all your favorite college teams and get 33% odds boost on three-leg parlays on your Saturdays. Bet on the action as it happens because the line constantly moves on the BetParx app in the course of a game. You get $750 in sportsbook bonus back if your first bet is not a winner. BetParx.com has all the details for you. I like betting on individual player performances. I think that's the best way to score and win. Odds, slots, and bets and games all coming together right in your pocket. It's the BetParx app. You must be 21, and you got to be in the state of Pennsylvania or New Jersey. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
Listen, I like kids, but this is not a kid's environment. This is like HBO, no limits.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Today's show is presented by Philly Pretzel Factory.
Proud partner and preferred pretzel of the Philadelphia Eagles. Don't wait until after Thanksgiving for leftovers because Jeff D'Ambrosio Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram and Destination Downingtown is having the biggest new 2022 leftover sale in history. Nobody treats you better and sells for less. Jeff needs to sell down hundreds of brand new 2022 vehicles this month. Hundreds of Rams up to $8,000 off. Plus, as low as 0% financing, 0 payments for 90 days, and 0 down delivers any Ram. Looking for low payments? New Jeeps starting at $199 per month. Luxury Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneers up to $4,000 off. And salute to our military. All month, get $1,000 in military rebates on all Wranglers and Gladiators. Get more for your trade or out of any lease way early with Jeff. Get the Jeff D buying experience because Jeff never haggles or hassles over price. When other dealers say no, Jeff always says yes. Call 610-269-9500 or go JeffAuto.com. If you want it for less, you gotta see Jeff. Black Friday sales event.
Hi, I'm Steven Singer. Yep, that's me, the I Hate Steven Singer guy. You know what I hate? I hate feeling like I just got ripped off. You know what I mean. The guy sitting next to you on the airplane paid $180 for his ticket, and you just paid $600. Or you go out to dinner with your girl, and you pay $150, and the couple next to you has a coupon for half off. And the waiter says, sorry, you gotta have the coupon. Coupon, Groupon, what the? Well, at my store, everyone gets the perfect price. One place, one price. It's that simple. No coupons, no sales, no anything. Just the perfect price. Here's our big secret for the past 35 years. Just give people better quality for less money, and always treat them great. When we train our jewelers, we just tell them to make pretend you're taking care of your sister or your mother or your best friend and make them feel special. Experience the difference. Come see me, the real Steven Singer, at the other corner of 8th and Walnut. By phone, 888-I-HATE-STEVEN-SINGER or online at IHateStevenSinger.com. That's IHateStevenSinger.com. One place, one price.
NBA fans, the NBA action is just getting started, and so are the incredible offers at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. New customers can make any $5 NBA pregame moneyline bet and get $200 in free bets if your team wins. Check this out. Right now, everyone can earn up to a 100% boost with DraftKings stepped-up same-game parlays. These are my favorites. Go to DraftKings Sportsbook app. Place a same-game parlay and combine multiple bets like which team will win, total rebounds, total points scored, and more. I just hit on one of these. Yes, I'm having some pretty good success where I do go just that. Maybe some rebounds, some points. With payouts bigger than ever, DraftKings Sportsbook is where I go to bet on the NBA. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code FANATIC. Make any $5 bet this week and get $200 in free bets if your team wins. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook with promo code FANATIC. Must be 21 or older, Pennsylvania only. Bonus issued as free bets. 1 boost per eligible game. Opt-in required. 10-plus leg requirement for a 100% boost. Deposit, parlay, and wagering restrictions apply. Eligibility and terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/basketball terms in partnership with Meadows Racetrack and Casino. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Science proves quality sleep is vital to your mental, emotional, and physical health. The Sleep Number 360 smart bed senses your movements and automatically adjusts to help keep you both effortlessly comfortable. And it's temperature balancing, so you stay cool. So you're at your best for yourself and those you care about most. Life-changing sleep, only from Sleep Number. Don't miss our weekend special. Save 50% on the Sleep Number 360 limited edition smart bed plus special financing. Ends Monday. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com. Special financing subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
There's a reason Comcast Business powers more businesses than any other provider. Actually, there's a few. Comcast Business offers the fastest, reliable network and the peace of mind that comes with Security Edge, helping to protect all your connected devices. Want me to keep going? I can. Whether your small business is starting or growing, you need Comcast Business. Technology solutions that put you ahead and give you serious savings. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Restrictions apply.
I love fall.
Cooler temperatures are nice, but our energy bills are going to skyrocket when we start up our old furnace.
You know, a more efficient system would save us money. Isn't Bryant offering instant rebates on new systems right now?
Seriously? I might even love winter with an offer like that.
For a limited time, Bryant is offering up to $675 in rebates on a new home comfort system. Visit nopaybryant.com to find a dealer near you.
Bryant.
Whatever it takes.
Go passionately. Go fearlessly. Go confidently.
Go Birds!
Go confidently towards your goals with First Trust, Philly's hometown bank for nearly 90 years, and the official bank of the Philadelphia Eagles. We're focused on getting you over the goal line. So go with conviction, go with trust,
Go Birds!
and go forward with us by your side. First Trust Bank, the official bank of Philadelphia dreams. Oh, and go Birds.
Let me tell you, I've had a blast this week, this football season, thanks to Bud Light and the Saturday Game Night Series. I've been going to bars throughout the Philadelphia area, and I've been hanging out with people. I've been giving out some great Birds merchandise, and I've even been giving away some Eagles tickets. So tomorrow night, I'll be at Little Italy, a.k.a. the Poorhouse in Pottstown for the Bud Light Saturday Game Night Series, and I'm going to be giving out an autographed Javon Hargrave football, all courtesy of Bud Light. But also, I'll be giving out Eagles Packers tickets November 27th, all right? And that's also courtesy of Bud Light. It's a blast, so you got to stop on by. It's from 7 to 9 p.m., and it's only at Little Italy, a.k.a. the Poorhouse in Pottstown. So if you're in that area, you have to stop on by. You have to hang out with me. You have to drink some Bud Light, and hopefully you'll be winning some great prizes. But if you can't make it, not to worry, because as I said, we're doing this throughout the Philly area all season long. So you just got to head to the events tab on 97.5thefanatic.com, and you can see where I'll be next. But tomorrow night, 7 to 9 p.m., I'll be in Pottstown, Little Italy, a.k.a. the Poorhouse, and I'll be giving away some autographed merchandise, a.k.a. the Javon Hargrave football, and I'll be giving away some Eagles-Packers tickets for November 27th. It's all courtesy of Bud Light. For fans, must be 21 plus. Enjoy responsibly.
The John Kincade Show.
Oh, I don't think I'm a lot dumber than you thought that I thought I was once.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Philly Pretzel Factory in the house. Coach is missing it, Pat.
Love the big wiener.
Oh, he's missing some big wieners.
We can eat on air if we want, Pat.
He's not here.
Right, I know. Coach hates it if we eat while we're on air.
You can eat on air anyway. He'll just give you a dirty look. You're not getting the dirty look today.
Yeah.
There you go.
He's kind of passive aggressive. He won't come to you and say, "Don't do that, please." He'll tell you that I shouldn't do that, but he won't tell me.
Well, it's not that.
Which is all right.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah. Sure.
Philly Pretzel Factory takes great care of you. They are the preferred soft pretzel of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Love you, Coach.
Boy, they do a great job. Philly Pretzel Factory.
It's pretty damn delicious.
Broomall. 19008 in the house, Pat. With some great. Now, how did it get delivered? Because I think there was some worry. Connor was worried that they weren't going to be able to get in the building.
Connor worries too much.
Connor doesn't have a lot of worries for a young man.
No one's gonna stop a guy with a box full of pretzels from entering. Like, if you want to get anywhere, right? Like Taylor Swift, right? Apparently she's coming to town. Tickets are hard to get. Show up at the door with a box of pretzels and just say delivery. They're letting you in. There's your little pro tip.
Taylor.
It's got to be Philly Pretzel Factory. But I'm telling you, you show up at the front where they're taking tickets. You just say, "I got a delivery." They're letting you in. You're seeing Taylor.
Pat, Taylor's coming to town unless she's being let off in cuffs regarding some of this controversy that I was talking with you about. We'll get into that a little bit later, but they're going after her. Because and my wife goes yesterday, Taylor wouldn't know anything that's going on. What would she know about that? That's not her. She's not responsible for anything going on with her tickets. And I'm like, what? How can she not be responsible? Well, she doesn't pay attention to that stuff. She lives in England. I didn't realize she was an English person now.
She lives in England?
Yes. Did you know that?
No, don't
I
care
did not know that she was.
Huh, how about that?
Here it is. Coach says, don't eat on the air, Bob. See, this is
Did he
where...
say? I was waiting for him to say something.
See, Bob, there's your example of the rigidity. I don't care either. I don't want to hear about her. I don't want to hear about her right now. I don't care.
Well, I don't.
See,
I'm just being honest.
But that's where I think is the rigidity.
Let's thank him for listening, please.
Thanks for listening,
he has
Coach.
options this morning.
We appreciate it, Coach.
Is that why he's out today? Because of this Taylor Swift controversy? Did it hit him so hard that he couldn't get himself up to come to work?
Well, she's about she could be let off in cuffs, and maybe Coach would be into that. I don't know, but
something tells me she'll be all right.
Yeah, I don't think cuffs are coming her way.
Something tells me cuffs aren't grasping that wrist. No.
I hope that there will be a big fine then that cuts into her large profits.
I think she can find a fall guy.
You think so?
It'll be Coach Cameo.
He'd volunteer.
Yeah, that's why Coach isn't in today. He's in the tank.
Hey, let's set the standard on the record for this weekend's games. For the weekend game versus the Colts and the Eagles, how many points allowed and how many points scored versus the Colts will mean that on Monday I'm not hearing, well, the coaches were just so terrible. It was terrible because the players always seem to get a free pass. So what is the number? Is there a number in your mind that if you see, because I already gave my number, I think it's 13. If I see 13 points allowed in this game on Sunday or less, I'm giving an A to the Eagles defense, and I don't care how it happens. If it's 13 points, I'm giving the big A. They get that on the thing. Anything less than 20 points allowed, I'll give the defense a B. So that should be enough to win. If they can keep the Colts to 20 points or less, there's no reason they shouldn't win this game. Yeah. That this offense should be able to do that.
I would say
That's what you should expect.
I would say that about pretty much any opponent in any NFL game. If you can keep a team under 20, you should have a good chance of winning, yeah. This offense...
Yeah, what do you think of the offense number, though? To give him an A. Now, you're going to tell me right now the offense had a really good day if they put up this number of points that you would consider like an A level.
I would say if the offense gets you 4 touchdowns, that's absolutely an A.
27 is the high water mark that anybody scored on them this year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's like, but at 4 touchdowns, that's where you're at. That's
right, exactly,
touchdowns.
Yeah.
That would be an A effort for this team. They shouldn't lose if they put up 4 touchdowns. There's no way they should lose.
No, they shouldn't lose. If they score more than 20 points, they should win this game.
That's scary to think, though, because there's still some trepidation. Because this Colts defense is pretty good. They're more balanced than the Eagles defense. They are better against that pass and run. They have a very, very little differential between their pass defense and their run defense. Whereas the Eagles' pass defense is super exceptional and their run defense is weaker. Now, the Eagles' defense overall in points allowed is better. But as far as balance, the Colts don't show you an Achilles heel on defense the way that the Eagles had presented them.
Yeah, they're pretty steady. What are they? 4th, let me say, passing yards game defense, 7th and 10th. 7th against the pass, 10th against the rush.
That's
are
impressive.
The Colts. Yeah. Yeah, they're not a bad football team. I mean, they only give up, 20? How many points a game did you say, John?
I mean, they get like 20 points a game.
Yeah.
This is a really good team.
So, look, it could be a grind. It could be, and that might be the type of game that Jeff Saturday wants and needs, is to have a low-scoring, grinded-out game. And what does that make you think of? It makes you think that Jonathan Taylor's going to carry the ball 25 times at least. It makes you think it's going to be a slow game. We said it here over a month ago. One of the ways to stop this Eagles offense, which is really good, missing a huge piece in Dallas Goedert, but one of the ways to stop them is by possessing the football, and that's running the football if you're the opposition. Washington did it last week, and I'm sure Indianapolis will look to do it this week.
You want to get in with us, you can at 610-632-0975 and share a thought on that. I I think the trepidation goes away. One of our listeners here, John, says
What's up, Johnny?
He went to YouTube and watched some of the highlights. He said that's two bad football teams he saw when the Colts played the Raiders. But as we pointed out, the Texans are a bad football team, the worst in the NFL, and the Eagles found themselves in a tight game with them, a one-score game with them going into the fourth quarter. So sometimes you can say, yes, I think every statement's true. Colts are bad. Raiders are bad. That doesn't mean that they can't keep it close. They've kept almost every single game close. And by the way, they did upset the Chiefs. They do have one mark on their resume. Their home opener, they beat the Chiefs.
Yeah.
How they did it, I have no idea. How they kept the Chiefs to 17 points, I have no idea.
Well, yeah,
I'd have to go watch that one 15-minute game.
As we saw last week, strange things happen, and that was one of them. And you have to, good teams, great teams, don't let strange things happen more than once or twice a season. It's happened once to the Eagles now, and it just can't happen again.
Hey, the Bet Parks Casino and Sportsbook app has your odds, your slots, your bets, your games all coming together. It's absolutely awesome. It's right there in your pocket. You can download it now at betparks.com. Pat, you seem to be not really impressed, though, with the signings that the Eagles went for, and I'm wondering a little bit why.
Well, it's not that I'm not impressed. I love the fact that they went out and they addressed a clear position of need with Joseph and Ndamukong Suh yesterday. It's week 11. These guys are free agents.
And they've been on the street.
They've been on the street. Now, Suh probably had a little more... he's probably going to be a little bit better than Joseph. I mean, I think he had way more options than Joseph did.
He did.
I think he was trying to pick a destination where he could possibly win a Super Bowl, and I'm sure he had offers, and they just weren't teams that he wanted to go to. But even then, I'm just not banking on these guys finding the fountain of youth and all of a sudden making kind of the impact that we might think they're going to make. So I'll be pleasantly surprised with really anything that they give the Eagles. I think there's a chance. I'm not saying it's going to happen. There's a chance that a couple plays in we go, oh, that's why they were on the street. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I can agree with you on Suh. They said was being very selective, that he had multiple opportunities to come back already, and he was going to pick a landing spot of somewhere, and he was waiting. I wonder what he's got in the tank, though, to be sitting on the beach till November.
6
yes.
years old. As I said before, not really known as a great run stopper, more as a get after the quarterback type of guy. You got the biggest and probably the best fatties that you could that were on the street this week, and that's what you needed. And that's where your weakness is right now. It's at defensive line. So, okay, I can't imagine if they're both active on Sunday, or either one, whatever, I can't imagine one getting more than 10 snaps on defense at all.
Yeah, I would imagine that's going to be too much it'd be too much to ask if you went much further. Katie in Swedesboro joins us, and she's an expert on multiple topics, I understand. Katie, good morning. You're on The Fanatic.
Good morning, guys. How are you doing?
Good to hear from you.
Yeah, I called in specifically for the Taylor Swift debacle. I'm a big...
You're a Swiftie?
Oh, absolutely.
How are you going to keep her out of prison?
Right now, I'm not too happy with her. I'm not going to lie.
Do you feel used?
I kind of do. Yeah. So I wasn't even able to do the pre-sale thing that happened the other day, and then I was banking on a general admission today, and of course that didn't happen. So we're just kind of waiting to see what happens at this point.
Is there a number in your head that you would say, I'll go if it's 400, 500, 600? Is there a number that you wouldn't go over?
My friend and I said we were willing to dip into the savings account for this one because her other concert during the pandemic got canceled. So we kind of had some money for that.
Okay.
How deep are you digging, Katie?
A couple hundred, not $1,000 or anything crazy.
Okay.
I don't think a couple hundred, though, Katie's going to get you in.
I know. Well, that's the issue right now. We'll see.
Now, Katie, I'm not playing creepy old man here, but I'm asking you a question. Are you a single woman, or are you taken?
I am taken.
Okay, well, you're taken. Well, then he needs to step up at Christmas, and I'm going to pressure him into doing whatever it takes to get you to that concert.
His name is Matt.
Matt?
Get after him.
You think Matt's listening?
I don't know. He's at work already.
Well, then what you can do is you can grab this off YouTube later.
Well, how long have you been dating?
Almost 3 years.
Oh, my gosh.
Now, Pat is the creepy old man. So.
Matt, get off. Matt, get off your wallet, Matt.
I might be able to find some tickets.
Get off your wallet, Matt. I mean, seriously.
No, he's offered. He knows what's going on.
Oh, he has?
Yeah.
Okay, well, then Matt's a good dude, then, you're telling me.
No, absolutely he is, yeah.
Now, I don't know why 3 years, it's just dating, but, I mean, he could also go to he'd go to Steven Singer Jewelers if he wanted. I'd even take him.
I'll let him know.
All right, take care. Thanks, Katie.
And go Birds, guys.
Go Birds. Matt's a lucky man, Pat. Katie sounds reasonable. She's not demanding that he get her tickets.
She might be a bitch for all you know. What are you talking about?
Dude, that's
Bob,
a listener.
that's terrible.
I mean, come on.
Katie, Bob said that. Me
That
and
is
John are on
terrible.
your side with this.
It's terrible.
My God,
No,
Bob.
she's adorable.
Who the hell are
You
you?
don't know she's adorable.
She is. She
You don't know
sounds
anything about
absolutely
Katie. You just talked to her
adorable.
for 20 seconds. You
I think
don't know
Katie's
anything.
adorable.
All
Bob,
of a sudden, Bob got real ornery.
Man, I'm telling you.
I didn't like your line of questioning towards her. So, Katie, I apologize for these two dopes.
Oh, okay. So you're the one who calls her a bitch, and then you're apologizing for
telling
us?
you. You're the
okay,
one-
bud.
it's-
All
Good
right.
point.
Hey,
yes.
Good
Bold
point.
strategy.
Hey, in Cooney's corner, Bob wants to poo-poo.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's corner.
It was just not too long ago, probably maybe last week, that we said, I hate the talk of the Eagles need to lose a game or a team needs to lose a game. I agree. Looking to lose a game, nothing I ever look at. But could it be, now that it's happened, that we change our feelings that, okay, maybe it was good for them. Maybe they did need a kick in the ass. Maybe they did take Houston lightly and they took Washington a little lightly and they got off track a little bit. And maybe this is just what you need to focus more. Have you had any of that thought after this Washington loss that we totally last week poo-pooed and said, no, you can't let that frame of thought come into your mind? Yeah, see?
Yeah, no. You're making Bob. You're not making me feel better on Friday morning.
No, it's okay.
But you're pistol whipping with logic. I mean, it is. There's a lot of. I poo-pooed that this team would. I can tell you that this team would die of self-inflicted wounds. I thought they'd be beaten. But I didn't think they'd be beaten by themselves. I'd been lulled.
What would you rather?
I'd much rather be beaten.
Really?
Yes.
I think it's more easily fixable if you beat yourself, though.
Yeah, I'm more disappointed when my team beats itself than when they just get beaten on a given day. Because in the course of a season, you play 17 games. There are going to be times when almost every team gets on that field of play. That day, you get beaten. Something happens. When you beat yourself, when you give one away, like you did Monday night, with horrible play, sloppy play, lousy game plans, abandoning what works and just ignoring it, that annoys me far worse. Monday's loss would annoy me far worse than a game like last year. Last year when they lost in Tampa, that didn't bother me for 10 minutes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they were beaten.
Could it be good for this team?
Sure. I don't think it's getting people's attention though. I think this team has attention. Like they listen to their coaches.
Yeah.
They listen and they battle.
Well, yeah. I mean, the argument though at the time was they need to lose to wake them up. I will never say that they needed to lose.
No, and I'm not saying that either.
But when it happened, do I think that it could remind them of kind of what got them to 8-0? Absolutely. But would I go back and say, oh man, I'm happy they lost because they woke up? No, never. But yes, it can wake them up. It can get them back to controlling the clock and all that.
Yeah,
getting them back to reminding them what got them there.
Yeah, I always after a game, I always like to look, a little further down the road to get away from that immediate reaction, to kind of say, all right, what's good, what's not, moving down the line and all that. And my thought was. It wasn't right after the game, and it's been throughout this week. We may just, this Eagles team's really good. There's no doubt about it. But we may just look back at that Washington game and say, that wasn't bad. That wasn't bad that happened to them.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
I hope so.
We'll see.
Well, no. I'm going to say it if they go out and win the next 2 weeks, I'll be fine. I'll be like, that Washington game was just a little bump in the road.
Honest to God, I may, and we all may, watch one quarter on Sunday and say, oh, all right, they're back. Good.
Okay.
You know,
hope so.
we could.
I'd love that.
Yeah, I would love that, too.
That would be fantastic.
Pat, are we hanging and watching the game together at Timeout on Pine on Sunday?
We just might.
In Huntington Valley?
We just might.
Okay. All right, just checking.
You don't have to drive them, Pat. You just have to be there with them as you do the show, the pregame show, and then hang and watch the game.
Yeah, okay. That's a good thing I don't have to drive them.
Why? Was it that bad?
We like driving you.
No, I just don't. Driving you back to the station, I'd have to pick you up at like 8
then
o'clock.
drive you back and then do all that.
No, I valued our time together, Bob. It was fun.
I love working on Sunday. I always have loved, no matter what job I have. I love working on Sunday mornings. I like working when people are. I've always had off hours. I think you have a little bit too, John. I like working when the other people aren't.
I did 16 years of Sunday morning.
Yeah, exactly.
Doing the national show, and I like Sunday morning rolling into a local breakfast place and just being and sleeping till like 8.
Yeah,
that's what I really enjoy. By the way, we have controversy out of the World Cup this morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're not thinking of people like me, John.
FIFA controversy?
It's not a FIFA controversy, though.
Okay.
It's a Qatar controversy, or Qatar.
Yeah.
As it's now being called Qatar.
Blown away that this isn't working out, but go ahead.
Yes, it is. 2 days before the opening match, Qatar has breached its contract with FIFA, and they're banning all beer sales.
In and around the stadium, right?
Budweiser spent a fortune in stadium. Budweiser literally spent millions of dollars to be a part of this. And they're only allowed to sell non-alcoholic beer during the 64 matches they'll be held in the country.
A power move by this country. You're 2 days before. You're not moving this thing. And they just go, yeah, what are you going to do about it?
And that's what they did.
I hate the fact that World Cup is there and you can dive into the migrant workers that were used to even build this ridiculous complex and
the fact that they wanted it all.
Yeah, and it screams of dirty politics. But I kind of respect the fact that they just went 2 days before. Yeah, we don't really care about your agreement. What are you going to do? There's nothing they can do. They're just going to have to just eat it.
No, they have to eat it.
There is some World Cup stuff from. But now I went to a World Cup game, a women's World Cup game up in Canada. Where did we go? Ottawa, and we were all saying, what are we going to do before the game? Are we going to go down and tailgate before the game and all? With a bunch of parents and with our daughter's soccer team. And somebody came over to us. I said, oh, no, you're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to tailgate around where the soccer games are played. And we're like, really?
Yeah.
Said, yo, can't do it. Now, I didn't know if it was a World Cup thing. And I don't believe there were beers for sale inside the stadium either. I don't believe. But this is shocking. It does come, and Pat puts
2
it
days
perfectly.
before. It is perfect. It is a power move.
Like this was the plan all along. They didn't just wake up yesterday and think about this.
No, they just
knew
lied.
They were going to do this.
They
the whole
lied
time,
all along,
which is fitting. You know, if you want to get in bed with that country and take their dirty money, then this is what you get, FIFA.
I'm surprised Phil Mickelson hasn't come out in support of it.
There's still time. There's 2 days.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
It's 2 days, man.
Greg Norman probably is saying he very much supports the government and their decision. It's unbelievable. I'm so shocked. I'm so shocked that on the world stage, this is what we're getting. We're getting Qatar.
Go. And the fact that the World Cup was backed up to this time of the year because of the fact that it's so damn hot. Originally, the plan, I don't know if you saw the original plan for how to keep it cool. They basically had a giant air-conditioned fan that was going to hover above the stadium to keep it, block out. Yeah.
Okay, that has to be a joke. Really?
Like, it made no sense of why Qatar even got the World Cup, and then you realize,
well, then you know.
Yeah, well, they paid for it.
You know, I hate to say this, and this is minor thing as far as fandom or whatever, but soccer just seems to not have a clue. Now, worldwide, look, it's the most popular sport, all of that. But when it comes to me being a United States consumer and trying to embrace soccer, it just seems to crap on itself more times than not, doesn't it?
Yeah, they wet their own bed.
Yeah, I mean, the FIFA Apple deal is a prime example of that. Like, you saw a lot of people, including our buddy Jamie, tweeted out like, "Yeah, I'm good."
Yeah.
Jamie's a big Union fan. He's like,
huge soccer fan, Premier League fan. Yeah.
Yeah, but the Premier League you can watch on NBC.
Yeah, you can watch it on NBC.
You know what has to happen? The World Cup needs to come to Philly in a couple years. Then it'll all be straightened out.
It's going to be one match, though.
Right?
I think you're right, Bob.
Thank you.
It's going to be one semifinal match on 4th of July, though.
But it starts with one.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
And if Philly decides to threaten not to sell beer,
that could work.
Unless we get
no,
two
Philly
matches.
will go the other way.
Now, they'll sell
We're having
extra
kegs
beer.
in the middle of the field.
Hey, we got so much coming up in the final hour of the show, and that defense, it is going to be a challenge. So how do we play Shane Steichen next? It's the John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic. If you love the Eagles, and you know that we do, be sure to support Philly Pretzel Factory, the proud partner of the Philadelphia Eagles. And to celebrate their partnership with the Eagles, Philly Pretzel Factory is giving away 25 party trays every single week leading up to the Super Bowl. All you need to do is stop by your favorite Philly Pretzel Factory location, scan the QR code at the register, and sign up for your chance to win. Or visit PhillyPretzelFactory.com to enter. Join once, and you're going to have 25 chances to win each week. And with the big weekend coming up, nothing says game day like a hot, soft pretzel. We've been enjoying Philly Pretzel Factories all morning. They're awesome. It's absolutely beautiful. The Langhorne store took care of us up at the other location when we were doing our shows there. Nothing is more of a crowd pleaser than these beautiful party trays, so you can't go wrong. Order a tray this weekend. Go to PhillyPretzelFactory.com. They're the official soft pretzel of the Philadelphia Eagles.
The John Kincade Show.
Sir, one more outburst, I will strangle you with my microphone wire. You understand me?
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Maxey for three. It's good again. Are you kidding me?
Sixers Bucks tonight at 7:30 on your home for 76ers basketball. 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Sixers basketball is brought to you by Corona, proud sponsor of the Philadelphia 76ers.
Hot turkey is back at Wawa, along with stuffing, gravy, and cranberry sauce. Sure, you could wait to get these flavors at a traditional holiday dinner, but that's only one meal on one day. And we both know that's not enough. Try the Wawa Gobbler Hoagie, piled high with hot turkey and holiday-inspired ingredients like mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes, and garlic aioli. Or try it in a bowl. It's a handheld holiday feast. Gotta have a Wawa. Introduce your taste buds to the holidays with Wawa's new Peppermint Bark handcrafted beverages. Now you might be thinking, it's only November. But at Wawa, we say it's never too early to holiday. These minty fresh and tasty treats are here to help you celebrate a little sooner, no matter what your calendar says. It's the holidays in a cup. Try the new Peppermint Bark Wawa handcrafted beverages, like the cream smoothie or steamer. Gotta have a Wawa.
Hey, it's Hunter from my friends at FC Kerbeck. My family's been buying trucks and SUVs from Kerbeck for longer than I can remember. Why? Because Kerbeck always has the best selection at the lowest price. Period. And then they follow it up with the best service to keep our trucks running like new for years. But if you've been waiting to buy, then now you win, because Kerbeck Buick GMC has 150 factory fresh Buicks and GMC in stock and reduced, from GMC Sierra pickups to Acadias, Terrains, and 2023 Buick Enclaves. Buy GMC Terrains from just $22,990 or lease a brand new 2022 GMC Terrain from $249 per month, 3.9% for 72 months, plus $2,500 on 2022 GMC Sierras. And FC Kerbeck is close to everywhere at the foot of the Tacony-Palmyra Bridge. The Kerbeck family has owned and operated this dealership for over 100 years. Kerbeck will also buy your car even if you don't buy one from them. Call 1-8337-KERBECK for full offer details, or at KerbeckCars.com. Tell them Hunter sent you.
NBA fans, the NBA action is just getting started, and so are the incredible offers at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. New customers can make any $5 NBA pregame moneyline bet and get $200 in free bets if your team wins. Check this out. Right now, everyone can earn up to a 100% boost with DraftKings stepped-up same-game parlays. These are my favorites. Go to DraftKings Sportsbook app. Place a same-game parlay and combine multiple bets like which team will win, total rebounds, total points scored, and more. I just hit on one of these. Yes, I'm having some pretty good success where I do go just that. Maybe some rebounds, some points. With payouts bigger than ever, DraftKings Sportsbook is where I go to bet on the NBA. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code FANATIC. Make any $5 bet this week and get $200 in free bets if your team wins. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook with promo code FANATIC. Must be 21 or older, Pennsylvania only. Bonus issued as free bets. 1 boost per eligible game. Opt-in required. 10-plus leg requirement for a 100% boost. Deposit, parlay, and wagering. Restrictions apply. Eligibility and terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/basketball terms in partnership with Meadows Racetrack and Casino. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You can't always see bad weather coming, so it's essential that you're able to see through it when you drive. Michelin wiper blades with advanced technology hug your windshield like a Michelin tire hugs the road, channeling away water, snow, and ice so you can see clearly, drive confidently, and breathe easy. Michelin wiper performance, clearer than ever. Upgrade to Michelin premium wipers today at Walmart, Amazon, National Tire and Battery, and other fine retailers.
Helzberg Diamonds presents The Guy Who Did His Homework. When it came to Jill's engagement ring, Brady knew exactly what to get.
Okay, so I came up with a design and showed it to all of our friends.
She'll love it.
Then he went to Helzberg. Their incredible selection of high-quality, lab-grown, and natural diamonds made creating that special ring easy. Her reaction?
I love it. Can't wait to tell everybody.
Everybody might know about it.
Be like Brady. Create the ring of your dreams at a Helzberg near you or at helzberg.com. Ask now about special financing offers.
With more than 75 local businesses, you'll find something for everyone on your gift list at the Berlin Farmers Market. Shop a great selection of toys, sports, jewelry, clothes, video games and electronics, candy and sweets, and so much more, all under one roof. The Berlin Farmers Market is decorated for the holidays and open on Wednesday, November 23rd, Black Friday, Saturday, November 26th, and Sunday the 27th. For hours, info, directions, and more, visit BerlinFarmersMarket.com. Berlin Farmers Market. Shop, eat, enjoy, local.
Cleaning and repairing a building's wastewater pump system is a job, but someone has to do it, and in Philadelphia, that someone is Pumpman Philly. In fact, Pumpman Philly is #1 in everything related to your building's wastewater system, including #2s, troubleshooting, emergency repairs, maintenance, and system replacement. Trust Pumpman Philly to keep the go in your building's flow. 24/7, 365. Call 833-559-PUMP. That's 833-559-PUMP. PumpmanPhilly.com.
Hey guys, I love betting on the NFL, and I'm always finding new player or game props. And what's cool about FanDuel Sportsbook in partnership with Valley Forge is you can combine these props with other bets from the same game to score an even bigger payout. There's so many things you can look for in Sunday's game. I hate to say it, but you might look at Jonathan Taylor over rushing yards because they're going to give him the ball an awful lot. But at the same time, look at Miles Sanders and a Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown. Always on the docket. Same game parlay is just one of the reasons I bet with FanDuel. It's easy to use. They always have awesome odds boosts, and you get paid fast when you win. Are you new to FanDuel? We'll get up to $1,000 in free bets if your first bet doesn't win with promo code Bob. That's promo code Bob. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NFL. 21 plus and present in Pennsylvania. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
There is nothing bougie about this show. Look, I'm the only guy in here from Delco.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
It's been a long week, Bobby. And you know what? Finally, someone's walking into their desk this morning and saying it's not worth it. It ain't worth it. I guess that's how Pat feels now that he doesn't dance. It's just not worth it. He's walking to his desk. He comes in and he says, you know what, boss? I'm done. You can keep your job and you can shove it. Hopefully your Friday's going to be fantastic. That's Loverboy on The Fanatic. Getting us started. I missed the dance.
It's coach's fault.
Why?
Because Pat can't leave the board and come in here and do what he's supposed to do for me because coach isn't here. Now, we could have thought ahead and said, hey, Connor, can you watch the board while Pat makes Bob happy?
Or while Pat comes in, we just continue to do the shows we're doing right now where no buttons have to be pushed. And just let the
I'm
money.
thinking it's a Pat thing. Then you're right, John. It's a Pat thing.
It is a me thing. I'll tell you right now. I think you've grown accustomed a little too comfortably to me dancing.
Really?
And I think that you need to be reminded.
Well,
that
it's been 3 weeks now.
It can be taken away.
Okay.
So I
it's
think
a privilege. It's not a right.
I think it lost its luster a little bit. And
when you stop doing something, it does lose its luster.
It will be back.
Okay.
And you'll appreciate it more when it happens. But these hips have taken a vacation. I'm sorry to tell you.
I've never missed anything so much in my life when it was on vacation.
My gosh. 9 a.m. hour of the John Kincade Show is brought to you by the Bagster.
Guess I'll just have to be like Celine Dion and move on, or whatever the name of her song is.
All by yourself?
Yeah.
Dumpster in a bag. The Bagster. Stick that in the Bagster. No more dancing. Get your stay at Home Depot and Lowe's. For details, go to bagster.com. Sort of puts a whole Paul over the 9 o'clock hour. Just starts
the
it
whole
out
day. It puts
just sits it in it.
All right, I'm over it.
Just a negative lay. Let's move on from it.
Yeah.
Philly Pretzel Factory takes over the show today. The preferred soft pretzel of the Philadelphia Eagles and the preferred soft pretzel of the John Kincade Show. Man, they do a great job.
Very delicious.
Thank you, Brumall. Thank you to all the great locations of the Philly Pretzel Factory. Make sure that you're doing that. It should be a lot of fun. I would tell you that the Colts defense deserves a lot of respect. As we're saying, 7th against the pass, 10th against the run. They're also 11th in points allowed per game. So I want to ask you this. You're Shane Steichen. Bob, Pat, you don't have to dance for this one, Pat. You just got to be Shane Steichen.
It's good because my hips are on vacation.
Was your football mind on vacation? Because we need you.
I don't know if that's ever shown up, John.
Is Shane Steichen, he's sitting there looking at a team that's 7th against the pass, 10th against the run. What's the plan?
I think you have to do what you do best.
Now that would be a change of plans for them.
Well, I think you really have to get back into this running game, and I think you have to rely on what's best. And right now, that's your offensive line, and probably all year, it's your offensive line. I think you have to become a tougher football team all around. But start the toughness where you're best at being tough, and that's with the offensive line. I really do. I think the Eagles, for themselves as much as to beat the Indianapolis Colts, this week I'd like to see the run set up the pass. I would like the Colts to be looking for run more than any other opponent has looked for run this year against the Eagles. And in what way will that come? I don't know. That's the great thing about this offense, the diversity. Does it come on RPOs? Does it mean that Jalen Hurts is going to be a 9-10 rush guy, maybe with a fake handoff and end arounds and stuff like that? I don't know, but I really want to establish an identity for the offense on Sunday, and I think that begins with the run, John.
I think it's crazy, Pat, that Bob has to even say that. We got to get back to doing what we're good at. We got to get back to it. Why in the world did you ever go away from it? In a very winnable game when your defense was getting smoked for 12, 16, 10-play drives.
Yeah, it reminded me a little bit of how they handled the offense last year when they would get behind when Sirianni was calling plays, which was, I don't think it was necessarily a game plan to abandon the run, but they would get behind early in a football game and Sirianni would go to, we need to throw to get back into it. And at the time, Jalen Hurts just didn't have the ability to get them back into it with his arm. He does now, but they would abandon the run. And then the game would end, they would lose, and we'd go, you only ran the ball 7 times. Like, what gave? Well, what happened was they fell behind 14-0, and he went to that game plan. So for Sunday, I think you need to get more RPO. And I can't believe I'm saying that because early on in the season, they really got away from doing the RPO. Or I'm sorry, they really were hammering home the
they
RPO.
were hammering it.
And then last couple weeks, they got away from it a little bit. It wasn't necessarily just nothing but their game plan was RPO. It was more of just a traditional game plan. I think they need to go back to that, and I think that'll keep the defense off balance. Because I'd like to sit here and say, well, you throw the ball, and throwing the ball is going to open up the run game. But if A.J. Brown is banged up
a little bit, yeah.
You don't have Dallas Goedert, which is a safety valve. You're kind of relying on Devontae Smith and Quez Watkins at that point, and A.J. Brown's just a decoy. You're good in need. You're good in need to run the ball. So. I can't just go, pass the ball. So I would do a lot of RPO.
I'm just looking at the fact that if you just run the football, I do believe it's a different game on Monday night against Washington. And I don't want to see it repeated. I don't want to see the pass-happy offense repeated. And there's no reason to do it against a Colts team. You should be able to move the ball against them. By the way, they give up a lot of long drives. They, I guess, bend, don't break, to use an old football term.
Yeah, not that old. It was under Jim Schwartz here.
Yeah, exactly. We don't want to see that. But.
No, look, impatience was a key to Monday night also. Washington was holding the ball. You get it back, and I think we all had a feeling as Eagles fans, they can score quickly. Eagles can score quickly, and they'll take the lead, and that's, probably through the air. Could they have been a little bit more patient offensively? Sure, they could have, but I think it'll happen this weekend. I think they'll run the ball a little bit more early on, which is not something they do. And look, first 20 plays of the game that I always chart out, it's usually 15-5 pass to run. And will we see that this Sunday? If I was a betting man, I would bet yes. But as what I want to see happen might be a little more 12-8, 10-10, something like that.
Pat, what about a little signal on Sunday? If you're listening to the show right now, little signal of on Sunday, there's so many different waving emojis. You could use the Forrest Gump. You can use the Bryce Harper. You can use so many different waving emojis. Uh-huh. Wave as soon as you feel the game is in hand for the Eagles. Send me a tweet or send the show a tweet and tell us, wave. Say, okay, I've seen enough. Because Bob brought up a thing. We could be at the end of the first quarter on Sunday going, okay, they're back. That was.
But with this team, and I agree, you could. This team, though, their second half struggles.
Well, the thing is, you may then decide not to send the wave.
Yeah.
Like, be a little more judicious with it. Someone else may feel it. Someone could feel it after the first drive.
Yeah.
But after the first two drives, I will remind you on Monday night, the Eagles looked like now one of them was a 22-yard drive. So I don't even know that you call that a drive after the turnover, the short field.
No.
I don't think you can count on that one.
They capitalized. They didn't really
They did.
drive.
Yeah, they did. And it was a beautiful job of doing that. I also don't want to see Boston Scott getting the first rush.
No.
And I still don't understand it. I don't want to see any of that crap on Sunday.
No.
It makes sense to me. Have the game plan, Nick Sirianni. I've been a huge fan, and I've eaten a lot of crow on a lot of things that you've decided to do. But just make it make sense. While I'm watching the game, I want to feel like your plan makes sense.
I don't think anybody but Miles Sanders should be your running back to start a series.
Correct. Well,
I don't understand.
What about third quarter when you're trying to make sure that he's, especially let's say he's gotten 13 touches in the first half, and you want to make sure he's ready for the fourth quarter. You don't have a problem with that, right? Having a series with Boston Scott or anything. Then, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, really? You want him to start and then sub, and then you'll sub somebody in.
Sure,
okay.
And if you want to get a rush here and there for Boston Scott. But every time you start a series, I want Miles Sanders in the game.
I bet Jonathan Taylor will start every series.
You're damn straight. Yeah. Every great back in this league starts. Derrick Henry doesn't. You don't see the Tennessee Titans come out and start a series and Derrick Henry stand on the sideline because you have a catch-happy running back in there. No. Have your best running back in there to start every series. I don't think that's too much of an ask.
It shouldn't be. That shouldn't be too much to ask.
No, shouldn't be.
But we're gonna find out what they start to do. Just make it make sense, Nick Sirianni, because Monday did not, and you've been exceptional this year.
Yeah, don't overthink it.
Exactly. Don't get cute. And the pass-happy offense of Monday night was getting cute. Way too much. Time of possession was a self-inflicted wound in many ways, shapes, and forms. Not only with the turnovers. The 76ers start a brutal 7-game stretch in 11 days. At 7-7, it's almost as if we're at opening night again. So everything's starting over for the Sixers. You now get an opportunity to, I guess, level out your. You've had plenty of rest, so there should be no reason to worry about somebody on a back-to-back playing, right? We shouldn't have any of that nonsense where we're worried about back-to-back. You just had 4 nights rest, consecutive nights, where you didn't have to play. You should have. There should be no. We shouldn't have to be hearing about. Well, there's a back-to-back on Sunday and Monday. I'm talking about on today and tomorrow.
You play 5 games in 7 days. You think number 21 is going to be out there for all 5 games?
No, I think 4 maybe.
Okay.
Okay, I'm saying for this weekend. So you've got the Bucks.
Yeah, this weekend. Yeah, he should.
Then you
he'll
got the
go back to
Timberwolves.
back. Right.
And then what I would say is, do you let him play the Brooklyn Nets game on Tuesday night or the Charlotte Hornets game? My guess would be let him take off the Brooklyn Nets game, let him play the Charlotte Hornets game.
I would do the opposite. I'd have him play home. If you're not going to play him.
Oh, I forgot about that. I didn't even take that into consideration.
Yeah.
You're correct. Let him play at home.
Yeah.
So he plays 3 and takes the Hornets game off.
And then, they fly down after the game, him knowing he's going to have the next day off. Okay, fine, rest up. And then be ready to go to Orlando 2 days later. And then, you give him that second night off in Charlotte. Then you play on, I don't have the days here. You play a day later, and then a day later, or 2 days later, you play back-to-backs. I want him for all 3 of those games. So, of the series coming up, you play the back-to-backs. You have 2 days off. Then he plays the front end, home against Brooklyn. He doesn't play at Charlotte the next night. The next day you have off. Then you play at Orlando.
And
I want him playing.
One.
Yeah. Then you have a day off. Then you go back-to-back. Away against Orlando. Again, you're still there. And then home against Atlanta. I want him playing both those games.
So we should only have 1 game off. We're in agreement. And I didn't think we were going to agree on this either.
Yeah.
Embiid needs to play 6 of these 7 games. No problem with that, Pat?
No, none.
And you know what?
It's early in the season, and he's already missed some time.
Correct.
With whatever the flu, stomach bug, whatever it was. Yeah, he needs to play.
And by the way, I'm sorry. By the way, he has no back-to-backs until December 30th and December 31st.
Perfect.
After this stretch.
And part of me is because the way he played last time, that's just gorgeous. That's unbelievably fun basketball to watch.
Oh, my gosh.
And I hate when he's not in the lineup because I love watching him play so much. And then he just reiterated why the other night with an effort that I told you I've never seen before in my life. So I love when Joel Embiid takes the basketball court. He's so much fun to watch as an individual. I hate the thought of him missing games.
Yeah, and more
and
importantly,
it sucks.
Right, it does.
I mean, look, do we watch all the games? Sure we do. That's our job. It's what we want to do.
Correct.
But, man, it's more of a chore when he's not on the floor.
Is there any strange thing is we're talking about the Sixers. The team that knocked them out last spring, Miami's 7-8. And believe me, P.J. Tucker, they're not missing P.J. Tucker that much because P.J. Tucker looks like he's 55 out there on the court. And by the way, you only got 2 more years of him.
I saw Udonis Haslem out there for Miami the other night. Talk about.
And how much did he play last year? Hardly any for them, right?
It's always like 13 minutes a season.
I mean, seriously.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
But the Heat at 7-8 shocks me a little bit. That surprises me. Maybe they're just finding their way, but
people were looking for a down year from them after number 1 seed last year and all of that. People didn't expect them to live up to that. Rightfully so. They overachieved last year. Yeah, it's still early. I never count out an Eric Spoelstra team. Never. So we'll see how. But that's good. Well, they don't catch them on this road trip. But losing early. If the Sixers are going to be 7-7, okay. I love the other teams toiling around there also.
The one thing I'd love to see the Sixers start to do, though, is they were so dominant at home before. And in the last few years, home court has not meant much. And again, they're off to a 4-4 start at home this year.
Yeah,
it doesn't seem to be a home court advantage, and I don't understand it because the fans are very loud, very into it.
Yeah, I'd have to look exactly at opponents and all that. But you're right, John. What was it? 3 years ago, they were.
Well, they have five losses at home or something.
Exactly,
Insane.
Something crazy, and they weren't good on the road. I just want to see this team get back together. And the good news is Ben Simmons, James Harden got the boot off, and he was out there shooting after practice a little bit yesterday, trying to get, as he said, a little bounce to him. Looks like it might be about 2 weeks away to get him back. It's a little. I didn't realize this, but he's had injuries in 3 straight seasons now, and at 33 years old, that's what scares you. And hamstring and foot and all those things. That makes you nervous. But he does play an old man crafty game. His game isn't reliant on speed. or much quickness. I know what he does with the step back and all. That's quickness in a small little area. It's not like you're using a lot of body, but you do need your hamstring and your foot for that. So we'll probably see him come out early on as more of a passing guard than the scorer he's been, 22 points a game so far when he's played this year. I'll bet you he looks to get others involved until he gets his legs totally back.
What does it tell you? And Keith Pompey had a nice piece and a rundown on it. They're number one in the NBA in defense since James Harden's been out.
Yeah, I did read that.
Do you think that is just an anomaly?
No. Look who's starting for him.
But they're the number one team. And that's not even with Thibault starting. You know what I mean?
Thibault has started
He
some
has
of the games.
started,
Yeah,
but
Melton is a really good defensive player.
He's really impressed me there.
Yeah, and Joel Embiid, I believe this through the years. When he needs to pick up his game, he has the ability to do it. The other night, 7 block shots.
Amazing.
He wanted to do it. He did it. He's that good. You know, people talk about Wilt Chamberlain. Oh, he wanted to lead the league in assists, and he did it. That's how dominant he was. Okay, probably to the detriment of the team because you didn't really need that from him. But I think Joel Embiid at times is so good that when he wants to do something, he can simply do it. And there's not a lot of NBA players that can say that. And so that's the specialness of him, that when Harden goes out, he knows that they're going to play defense better. I think he's picked up his defensive game since Harden's been out also.
I hope that the game he had, the historic game he had, kind of propels him to the MVP level that he had last season. Because I do agree with Bob. His ability to just do whatever he wants on a basketball court is very impressive.
That doesn't bother you a little bit, though, Pat, that he turns it on and off?
At this point, I know it, right? Like, I know that that's the kind of guy he is, but I feel like at times he needs to be reminded how good he is. And when he has a performance like he did the other night, it's a reminder of, okay, I can dominate this game at any point. And last season, he did it consistently. If he can get back to that level, this team's going to go far. I mean, this team's only going to go as far as Joel Embiid takes him.
The only thing is, though, is like you're saying, is it going to go far in the playoffs?
Well,
or is it just going to get me a bunch of regular season?
Because, look, I mean, the playoffs, you can harp on it, but the injury's real. Like, the injury that he dealt with last season was very, very real. Whether they were going to beat Miami or not, I have no idea. We'll never know. You can't go back in time.
No, you can't.
The decision to have him out there was 7 minutes in a game that was well in hand. It was just dumb.
Where we were watching that game and it was stupid.
Yeah, and while I'm
on
tired,
draft night,
I'm tired of that excuse of the injuries.
I'm tired of it.
It's still, it's a real excuse. I'm tired of it because it's just annoying that it keeps popping up every single season, but you can't ignore it.
I mean,
he broke his face twice right near the playoffs.
Who has that?
Doc Rivers is responsible for that.
Yeah, agreed.
Doc Rivers is responsible for having him out in a game. We were there draft night. The same night they got A.J. Brown, he broke his face.
No, actually, I think you might be responsible because you are.
I'm going to go. I'll go. I'm with Pat on this.
Why am I responsible? Because I did say it.
You're an ass. I'll tell you why. Because you sat there during that game and you turned to Bob Cooney and said, "Hey, Bob, at what point do you get him out there?"
Yeah,
and
I did say
about
that.
2 minutes later, what happened, Kincade?
Breaks his face.
Way to go.
No, I did.
I think he called Pascal Siakam and said, "Look, put your head down. Just charge into him as hard as you can."
Way to go, Kincade.
Now, first off, by the way, too,
ruined it.
Anybody answer that?
About why you didn't have him out?
No, anybody answered that? How about Siakam getting an elbow to the face?
Yeah, I was thinking of that one.
How about Siakam getting it?
You know, they're good friends. They're both from Cameroon. They're very, very good friends. They work out together. That's probably why.
I don't think it was intentional.
What about one of his team?
It wasn't intentional, but it wasn't avoided.
That was easily avoidable. What happened to him was easily avoidable.
If you go after his teammate, that's chicken bleep. Like, that's...
No.
An innocent bystander
a teammate goes after one of Joel's teammates. Goes after Siakam.
Yeah, this isn't hockey, unfortunately. Like, that doesn't really happen
because they're all patting each other on the ass and kissing and giving hugs and everything.
They all train together, right? Like every NBA player knows it. They all share agents, blah blah blah. And also the toughness that you added wasn't on the team last year.
Who do you want to beat the most when you're playing them in something?
My enemy.
Your buddy.
No, my enemy.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Your brother? No, your brother.
Yeah, exactly,
your
right.
Your brother,
people you care
whatever.
about.
Yeah, because then you have hand.
Right.
You can constantly say, dude.
Right.
I schooled you.
So the buddy stuff I don't think comes into play when you're going against each other.
But, but injury there should be. when it's about somebody doing it. That was so avoidable. That injury was so avoidable.
It's like when you're a little kid and you're playing against your brother and he's beating you and you just run into him because you're pissed off. That's kind of what Siakam did. And did he mean to break his face? Of course, I don't think so. Did he look to avoid contact or did he look to make contact? I totally think he was looking to make contact.
So what you're telling me is when Doc would get mad in like a backyard game and throw me over the fence into the neighbor's sticker bushes?
It was out of love.
So it was just in the spirit of competition?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I think you were probably just an annoying younger brother.
Look where you're at now.
Literally, into the sticker bushes.
Okay, well.
Over a fence, Pat.
You seem to rebound all right.
I understand.
Yeah, you're doing okay.
But over the sticker bushes.
Pat, over them.
Right into them.
Why didn't he push you into them?
Oh, no, he did. And and you get scraped up.
Oh, okay.
Would be terrible.
Good move,
Thoughts
Doc.
and prayers.
Bastard. Hey, the final stretch of the John Kincade Show presented by Stretch Zone. Your body deserves a good stretch. Well, at Stretch Zone, you're going to get a great stretch. Book your free 30-minute stretch session today at StretchZone.com. And Stretch Zone Exton wants to see you, Pat Egan. They want to see you for your free 30-minute stretch. Bobby, after you get done with getting needles in your neck, Stretch Zone wants to see you too. Ricky Bo says it's just like being stretched out after a major league start. Absolutely awesome. Coming up, we'll have Stan Pat. Plus, can't wait to see her in cuffs. John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic. Hey, the Bet Park Sportsbook and Casino app is the official sportsbook of the diehard Philly sports fan, and we died hard last week, didn't we? Well, now you got a safe, secure, easy-to-use app that is everything you could ever want in a digital casino and sportsbook. You will love it. You can bet on football. You can bet on basketball, baseball, live in-game wagering. All during the baseball playoffs, I was all over the Bet Parks app. Now I got to up my game in football. I've had a real problem this year with the point spreads, but I've been doing well with individual player performances. So you can find a way to bet that suits your purposes and maybe your expertise. Do you think you know who's going to get touchdowns, points, rebounds, assists? You can get up to $750 in sportsbook bonus back if your first bet's not a winner. Go to betparks.com. It is absolutely awesome. You must be 21 and you got to be present in Pennsylvania or Jersey. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
They're like the family from hell on acid that's on steroids.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Today's show is presented by Philly Pretzel Factory.
Proud partner and preferred pretzel of the Philadelphia Eagles.
If you run a small business, you need the most from every investment. That's why Comcast Business gives you more. Like more innovation with our new gig speed Wi-Fi, plus unlimited data. More speed from the largest, fastest, reliable network for small businesses. And more savings, up to 60% a year with Comcast Business Mobile. All from the company that powers more businesses than any other provider. When you need more, you need Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with fast, reliable internet for only $49 a month for 12 months with no annual contract. Plus, take advantage of our special holiday offer by December 4th. And ask how to get up to a $750 prepaid card with a qualifying bundle. Ends 1/1/2023. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 50 megabits per second internet customers only. EcoBill and autopay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. And subject to change.
Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. You'll get a maximum tax deduction and a vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Philadelphia. Anthony Gargano here with Spring Garden Lending's president, Andy Racklin.
Good to be back, Anthony.
Listen up, real estate developers and investors. Spring Garden Lending is a private lender specializing in bridge and permanent loans to acquire, rehab, construct, and refinance properties to rent or flip.
And remember our 30-year fixed-rate financing and our lines of credit.
Right on, Andy. How's biz?
It's great.
In this environment?
Absolutely. Look, people still need houses they can afford, and that's our business. We support our customers whether the market's up or down.
Man, customers must love you.
We try. We build relationships with customers. We support them even when they're challenged finding financing through traditional sources.
Philly real estate investors, catch this. Spring Garden Lending is in the game to lend.
That's right. We have confidence in this market and our ability to get things done.
Faster than a bank, less expensive than hard money lenders. Contact Spring Garden Lending today. Go to springgardenlending.com now.
Hey, it's Hunter from my friends at FC Kerbeck. My family's been buying trucks and SUVs from Kerbeck for longer than I can remember. Why? Because Kerbeck always has the best selection at the lowest price. Period. And then they follow it up with the best service to keep our trucks running like new for years. But if you've been waiting to buy, then now you win, because Kerbeck Buick GMC has 150 factory fresh Buicks and GMC in stock and reduced, from GMC Sierra pickups to Acadias, Terrains, and 2023 Buick Enclaves. Buy GMC Terrains from just $22,990 or lease a brand new 2022 GMC Terrain from $249 per month, 3.9% for 72 months, plus $2,500 on 2022 GMC Sierras. And FC Kerbeck is close to everywhere at the foot of the Tacony-Palmyra Bridge. The Kerbeck family has owned and operated this dealership for over 100 years. Kerbeck will also buy your car even if you don't buy one from them. Call 1-8337-KERBECK for full offer details or at KerbeckCars.com. Tell them Hunter sent you.
You're the one who protects the flock, and that requires an eye for detail. Because when safety and well-being are on the line, it's the details that can save lives. Even when no one else is watching, you see everything. Grainger gets you, and we're here for you, and all the ones who get it done with a wide range of safety products and solutions, plus board-certified safety consultants here to answer your questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Come, revel, and make memories with Men in Blazers as they embark on their nationwide celebration of soccer on Friday, November 25th at the Theater of Living Arts. Their goal is to raise a glass and relive the day's action in the company of a slew of special guests. No matter what happens on the field, we can win the match together. Don't miss Men in Blazers on Friday, November 25th at the Theater of Living Arts. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
This football season, you can turn game days into paydays when you visit FanDuel Sportsbook at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. With more than 20 TVs, you'll never miss a play. And with over 30 betting kiosks, it's easy to get in on the action with America's #1 sportsbook. Plus, enjoy exclusive events and promotions. Visit FanDuel Sportsbook at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. Open 7 days a week. 21 plus and present in Pennsylvania. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Hello? Whether you're at home or on the go, listen to 97.5 The Fanatic on Odyssey on your smartphone, Roku, LG Smart TV, Waze, and more. That's Odyssey, AUDACY. Check it out now.
If you're in Pottstown, I want to see you tomorrow night for the Bud Light Saturday Game Night Series. We'll be doing it tomorrow at Little Italy, a.k.a. the Poorhouse, and it's going to be from 7 to 9 p.m. If you're unaware of what the Bud Light Saturday Game Night Series is, it's a blast. So we're going out to bars throughout the Philadelphia area during football season, and we're giving away some great Eagles merchandise, including tickets to the game. So for tomorrow, we have an autographed Javon Hargrave football. It's all courtesy of Bud Light. But we also have tickets to the November 27th game as the Eagles take on Green Bay. So it's two great prizes, and it's all happening tomorrow night in Pottstown at Little Italy, a.k.a. the Poorhouse, and it's from 7 to 9 p.m., so you got to stop on by. Not only do we have cool prizes, we have great Bud Light specials as well. I'll be there. You'll be there. It'll be a blast. But if you can't make it, not to worry, because we're doing these throughout the area all season long. So you just got to head to 97.5thefanatic.com and just click on the events tab, and you'll see where I'm going to be next week. But for tomorrow night, once again, Little Italy in Pottstown. It's also known as the Poorhouse. We'll be there from 7 to 9 p.m., and it's your spot to go if you want to win Birds tickets on November 27th as they take on Green Bay. For the fans, must be 21 plus. Enjoy responsibly.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
We are reinventing what sports talk radio can be. Whether we improve it remains to be seen.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Thanks again to the Philly Pretzel Factory for taking over the show this morning. Proud partner and preferred pretzel of the Philadelphia Eagles. A reminder, because I've already gotten a couple notices that people have already signed up and made the donation to get in.
Oh, thank you, everybody. That's
which
awesome.
is nice. 97.5 The Fanatic and the AACR. We announced the Giving Tuesday live show coming up on Tuesday morning, November 29th, in our new performance center inside the Fanatic Studios. It's a special broadcast. You come on out. There's a limited number of seats, and they cost $50. It's a $50 donation with all proceeds going to the AACR. But what do you get? Breakfast, hanging out with us with a live viewing of the show, a meet and greet, and some surprise guests that'll be there too. Everyone who attends gets a $25 gift card to Rally House. I may even sing the song that day.
We apologize in advance.
And a great gift from Steven Singer Jewelers. Plus chances to win Sixers and Flyers tickets. You can get tickets and complete details right now at 975thefanatic.com. Tuesday, November 29th, a $50 donation grabs you one of the seats. There are not a lot of seats in the Performance Center. Pat, what are you thinking, like 40? Maybe?
It might be a little bit less than that.
Might even be less than that. This is going to be a very small group setting. A lot of fun. Come on out. Pagano's saying, well, they're bringing the food.
It's worth it just for that.
Food. Yeah.
So that'll be great.
Yeah, even if you don't like us, just come for that.
It's not a bad idea, Pat. Good way to market it. Very good way to market it there. Have a good time with that.
I hate
so
these
come
guys, but I wanted a good breakfast.
It's food. Great breakfast. Plus a Rally House card.
That's worth it, yeah.
Which is worth it, too. So you can get on in there. Pat, you could go to Poor House. Then you could go to Rally House. And then you could go to Stretch Zone all in the same parking lot.
I mean, that's...
One parking lot.
That's a day.
I'm getting my steps in. I'm basically...
That is a day.
Now you park your car and I make you walk to all the other...
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
You do that, too. There's a Big Lots in that lot, too, I believe.
I'm not a Big Lots guy.
Big Lots is cool. You ever walk around and just... There's weird stuff in there.
Nah, I'm good.
No? You're not going in there? What about a Stan Pat guy? Are you a Stan Pat guy? That's what I want to know.
I couldn't find the mic.
It's time to Stan Pat.
There we go.
Here's Pat.
He's a Stan Pat guy.
Don't worry, that'll be on next week's episode of Stan Pat. Me not being able to find the button. Not the first time.
I was going to say, that's a standard.
Any woman would be able to tell you that. All right, so we got a little contentious yesterday. A little bit of an argument between you two. I had to hop in and...
You did hop in.
Let you know that I don't like it when mom and dad fight, but you guys persisted. So let's put this to bed.
Okay.
Here's what it sounded like.
By the way, yesterday, Anthony and I were going at it at the end of the show about how I blame the offense for a lot of what happened in that loss on Monday night, excuse me.
A few hours later.
I think these coaches...
I thought you said something to the effect of you blamed the offense.
And I didn't. And because I had Chevy pull the words because I said...
I can pull it.
And I said if I said... Wait, that's editing.
He's no, it's not. It is completely not edited.
I said it, that's the reason. I blame the defense, too. I blame the defense, too. You took the edited audio.
No, you didn't.
Wait, yes. By the way, yesterday, Anthony and I were going at it at the end of the show about how I blame the offense for a lot of what happened in that loss on Monday night, excuse me.
A few hours later.
I think these coaches...
I thought you said something to the effect of you blamed the offense.
And I didn't. And because I had Chevy pull the words because I said...
I'll pull it.
And I said if I... Different conversation.
That's pretty cut and dry.
I blame the defense. I blame the offense. That's edited audio.
It's not edited.
Yes, it is. But it is because it's taken out of context. Yes, the offense and the defense were both... I blamed Gannon all week. I blamed the defense all week.
You loved Gannon. You said he deserved to be the head coach and fire Sirianni. Your words, not mine.
I missed that segment.
Yeah, no, that was Tuesday.
You see, that was what
Let's
it is.
edit that in.
Yeah,
I missed that one.
We'll edit that in. Look, the audience can judge for themselves whether it was doctored or not, but we just put that to bed. All right, guys, wasn't a good prediction segment for us. We were a little pompous. All right, now we gotta own it, right? We're not just gonna ignore it. So here's what we had to say before the Eagles game regarding the Eagles-Washington game.
So I'll go 23-13 Philadelphia tonight as they run their record to 9-0.
I think they're kind of going on all cylinders tonight. And I see the Eagles rolling 31-13.
Yeah, this isn't going to be close. 31-18 Birds.
Wow. Okay.
18.
That's an interesting number, Pat.
I said it.
Yeah, we all sort of came up.
My bad.
I don't even have a response to that.
Yeah, my bad, guys.
Yeah,
I'm going to own that.
Which is bad.
Because I don't know if you're aware, but they lost that game, so we all look stupid. But luckily, we have people that can keep us in check. Like our guy Ethan, who called up and just absolutely owned us. Here's what that call sounded like.
Ethan in Pemberton, New Jersey, joins us on The Fanatic. Ethan, good morning.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, buddy.
I told you guys last night the Eagles were going to lose.
Good job, Ethan.
This
Good
guy,
job, Ethan.
he nailed it. You're right. Good talk.
Ethan, go on. Any more? Any more, Ethan?
Caller of the month.
Ethan, any
Nate.
more? No, Ethan, you're still here.
Caller
Any
of the
more?
year.
Come on, Ethan.
Ethan!
Oh, he just went.
Oh, come on.
Now, you got to respect a guy that shows up, just owns your ass, and just drops the mic.
And that's what he did.
Continues like he kept the mic on. What a jackass.
Yeah.
We had a little bit of a snafu earlier today, and by we I mean me.
What was that?
We decided to mention, and by once again we mean me, somebody that I would have in my foursome. In regards to a hypothetical Pebble Beach celebrity foursome.
Not a threesome.
And it turns out, no, threesome would be cool. And I would include her in it, by the way. But unfortunately, she's dead. Here's what happened.
Do the people have to be alive?
Yes, because they can't play golf with dead.
Oh.
Makes it difficult.
All right, I'm going to go with Walter Mondale, Chris Kattan, and B. Arthur.
And
now,
she's dead.
With Walter okay.
B
Cross
died?
her across
I think
her-
B. Arthur's dead,
I'm
isn't
gonna
she?
say
Wow.
she's alive. I don't know.
Wait a minute, I'm wrong on that. No, B. Arthur died.
Okay, so
You know
we'll
who
cross
else I
her
wouldn't
off.
mind?
B. Arthur, by the way, B. Arthur's been dead for 13 years.
Okay, well, no worries. I missed the memo, and I apologize to B and her family.
And all the Golden Girls?
Yeah, but just know that I wanted to be her friend.
The oldest Golden Girl was the last to die.
Betty? She was the
the-
oldest of all of them?
She was the oldest of all of them.
Even the mother?
Yeah.
She was older than her?
She
Estelle
was the
Getty's?
youngest. Estelle Getty was the youngest.
Was she really?
Yes.
Pat, did you know this?
Estelle Getty was dressed as an old woman. She was a young woman.
Pat?
Did you not know that?
I didn't know that, no.
Oh, I
you
thought
didn't,
you loved
seriously
the Golden
didn't
Girls.
know that?
No, I really didn't.
Estelle Getty was the...
They have a popular theme
she
song for that
dressed-
show?
They did. It's an
Yes.
all-timer. By the way, if you want the best B. Arthur acting job ever, here's what happened.
Hi, I'm B. Arthur with a message for women who take Premarin. Don't. It's made of horse urine.
See,
I'm
it
not
was
kidding.
it was thoughtful, provoking, and it saved lives. So don't take Premarin.
Here you go, Bob. Look, here's Estelle Getty and with a wig. There's Estelle Getty when she was doing the show. She was the youngest woman on the show.
Wow.
She played the old lady.
Thank you for
She was
showing
funny,
me
though.
pictures of Estelle Getty.
Now,
One thing I didn't think was going to happen today.
Estelle Getty pictures would come out.
We have two more. If you think that I don't know football, that is true. But I also don't know basketball. I proved that, and here's what happened. See, I disagree with that. I think Josh Harris is there quite a bit. I think.
Oh, he's there all the time. That's what I just said. He's there.
But the Sixers are owned by Harris
Blitzer,
Harris
right?
Blitzer.
Not Wolf Blitzer.
Not Wolf Blitzer, but
it's
Harris
not
Blitzer.
Wolf Blitzer.
Yeah, he doesn't own the team. I'll just shut my mic off.
The situation. Like Wolf Blitzer.
Yeah, Harris Wolf Blitzer. The hell am I talking about?
Oh my gosh.
Sometimes you just got to ask yourself that question, right?
Sometimes.
It's understandable though, because I might have had a mini stroke earlier this week. Here's that.
You were talking over under earlier. 43.5 is what I came up with.
I'm going
in
under.
FanDuel. And it's weird. I didn't know what the over under was when I made my prediction of 44 points for this
You're
game
right.
total.
Well, Bob, you're a linesman.
I feel a domination game.
I would love to see it.
What's the over under?
43.
Is it really?
43 and a half. He just told you that.
You all right?
Yeah. Okay. There you're not happy. You're not smelling toast.
Is anyone,
are
is anyone making toast?
That's terrible.
My bad.
That is really terrible.
I'm embarrassed. I apologize.
Pat,
and
you
I
had
would
a
like
very
to
good
say-
week, though.
I would like to say that it's going to get better.
That was
but it
kind of
probably
Pat
won't.
heavy.
I think Pat had a very
It's
good
not
week,
called
though.
Stan Bob. It's not called Stan John. There's a reason why we called it Stan Pat, because there's one guy on this show that consistently messes up, and it's me.
But I do believe you had a very strong week. I don't know how many times you were complimented this week for bringing up something thought-provoking
Yeah.
and interesting.
Especially the first day and a half. You did.
Yeah, well, it's what happens when you take a lot of ayahuasca and some shrooms and you head off into the woods.
You were like the Eagles on. You were like the Eagles on Monday
Premarin.
night. You had two quick scores.
Yeah.
And then it sort of went a little tailed off at the end. B. Arthur's family very upset. By the way, B. Arthur did die 14 years ago.
Come on, Pat.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah, but gone but not forgotten. I think that's the way that we should look at it. Gone but not forgotten.
There's no better place to watch football than your local PJ's. PJ Wellahans has everything. Tons of TVs, great beers, burgers, and wings. We love our local PJ's. And by the way, your local PJ's, just pencil it in as the place to meet Wednesday night before Thanksgiving. That's a great bar night.
Yeah.
Arguably the biggest bar night of the year in the country.
That is the day that our buddy Vince Rizzuto from Philly Sports Trips met Liz, his wife.
Really?
Was the day before Thanksgiving.
That's right. I remember.
Where did they meet?
I think at PJ's.
Really?
Yeah.
That's even better.
Yeah, so she came home from college. They got introduced. They kindled up a relationship. 2 kids later, it's going well.
Go find your spouse at your local. Well, they knew each other. Didn't they know each other in high school?
Their parents
knew each other or something. And Liz said at that point, "Wow,
I mean, this guy, he's an entrepreneur.
Got to have him.
Got a lot going for him.
Yes, this got to be.
Can't keep my hands off of him. Look at him.
Well, I know about that. I mean,
he's awesome.
If that went on. Taylor Swift is in trouble. The Tennessee Attorney General is probing Ticketmaster and her involvement in the ticket scam that went on. We say ticket scam because they've had to shut down the public sale of Taylor Swift's tour because Ticketmaster doesn't have tickets to deliver. And they're saying they don't have the tickets that were sort of promised. So, Pat, this is where we were talking the other day. They tell people come for tickets, and now the Attorney General's now of Nevada is expected to file suit next against the tour and Ticketmaster.
Yeah, okay.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Sure.
She's now on the bandwagon.
Sure.
Saying that this is
something happened. It's a little weird.
This is a bait and switch.
A little bit.
Is what they're saying on this.
If just gotta shake it out. Shake it out.
I don't think it's gonna do anything for Taylor at this point. I think about this though for the future of sports tickets. That this is very much the concert tickets are is not the only thing that this applies to. I mean the sports tickets and teams. I think teams having an association directly with second-tier market buyers is corrupt. I do not believe. I think it's a corrupt system.
It doesn't seem on the level at all. No, I agree with you there. So you think they're going to make an example of one Taylor Swift
with a fine,
lead her away in handcuffs and shackles?
It's expected though that when other people have been attacked with this kind of suit, Bob, though it's they go after a heavy fine. So we're not going to see Taylor in cuffs, but we could see her tour and the people getting heavy fines for violations. To me, it seems corrupt.
And Katie said earlier, our caller Katie, who said she was a big Taylor Swift fan, right away she said, yeah, I'm not real happy with her. Now, whether or not she has anything to do with it, whatever, but it turns fans off.
But Pat,
that's just what it does.
Pat, doesn't the Taylor Swift tour, which is now getting all this publicity, does it now not become exactly what you were complaining about during the World Series?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, I mean,
the average Taylor Swift fan will not be there.
Yeah, it's priced out. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks for the people that, I think about like the single mom who wants to take her daughter to the concert, or the single dad who wants to take his daughter to the concert. Like, money might be tight, or the family that's just, they're not rich. Now you're stuck having to either shell out $1,000 or you're not going. It's gonna suck. And she hasn't been on tour in 4 years. That doesn't help.
I said to a couple people on social media and otherwise, they're like, I thought you said you were a capitalist. I am. So then Taylor Swift should just sell tickets for $800, $700, $1,000. Instead of saying, oh, we've got $200 tickets or $150 tickets that now are going to cost you $1,000. Just price the tickets.
Yeah, it's
have the guts to say.
I think you're right though. This is going to bleed into sports.
And I wonder what they're going to do. But I think this is going to maybe change. This has gotten so much publicity, and now a third attorney general potentially for a state is potentially going to get involved. By the way, Josh Shapiro is going to look into it too here in Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
His office is going to look into it?
I think Ticketmaster takes the hit on this, and she
skates? Yeah, but it's a collaborative effort. It is
Ticketmaster did tell her, you belong with me.
That's not
so
bad.
So it is a team effort there.
One of the things they're pointing out is
story.
that entire sections were available. The minute tickets went for sale to the public, entire sections had already been bought up by third-party buyers. It's just dirty.
It's very, very dirty.
It's like the World Series, where it's what Pat was saying, though. The World Series had a completely different vibe than NLCS, NLDS. It was when you were in that stadium, the World Series did not have the same buzz, did not have the same energy. Because it was a different crowd.
Yeah, it was a blank space.
I blame Pat for that one.
Very good, Pat. It just didn't have the same energy.
No.
So Sunday morning, start your Sunday morning. The boys will be out at Timeout on Pine.
Timeout on Pine, Huntington Valley, 20, 25 minutes from everywhere.
Give or take a traffic light or two.
Yeah, exactly. And
so if someone gets stuck at a light, it could be 22 minutes.
It could be, or, you pass the church and they're letting out and you have to just wait for them to, everybody.
Damn churchgoers.
Yeah, exactly.
Getting their faith on.
Seriously.
Come on.
Yeah, so come on out. Pat will be on from 9 to 10, and then me, Jamie, and Devon will join him at 10 o'clock. We'll take you right up to the Eagles game.
Well, here's what I'll pray for tomorrow afternoon at church. I'm going to pray that both coordinators and that the head coach, first of all, that the head coach's microphone works. So if he sees a defensive game plan he doesn't like, he says to his defensive coordinator, change it. Change it up. Play something different. And that the offensive coordinator doesn't forget who he is and become pass happy when we know this team has the best offensive line in football and can run the ball on anyone. I hope both sides of the ball understand who they are and that the head coach finds his voice and is willing to override it if he thinks the game plan sucks, if he thinks it's not working.
How come the offensive coordinator has to do it on his own, but you said the coach has to tell the defensive coordinator?
Well, I'm going to say
I want the defensive coordinator to be able to tell himself.
Oh, I think he should be able to know that. But the
defense has to get off the damn field.
Has to be.
It can't be out there for a long time. We talked about how light they are in numbers and in weight. They're also old. All of a sudden, they've got, now, if you're going to rely at all on the two new guys you got, well over 30, Sue's 36. And you're talking about Brandon Graham, well into his 30s. Fletcher Cox in his 30s. You have a whole line of oldies there. So you can't be out on the field for 10-play drives.
And not all oldies but goodies.
Yeah.
Some of them oldies but fair.
Fair would be almost unfair to say. I don't know, particularly when, Fletcher Cox hasn't played well. He has not played well.
It was a
lately.
mistake.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say it was a mistake bringing Fletcher Cox back.
I don't think it was a mistake because I think in 3 to 4 years you could hear about the impact that Fletcher Cox had with Jordan Davis. And I think that the dead cap money would have really crippled you, and you're not able to bring in guys like C.J. Gardner-Johnson or Sue or Linval Johnson.
If you had the dead money.
Even though they're not much money, yeah. So I think that, like in that situation, the juice just wasn't worth a squeeze. And Fletcher Cox has been a really, really good mentor so far for Jordan Davis, by all reports.
Yeah, and you did lose Derek Barnett, who, although outside, is still part of the defensive line. Now you've lost Jordan Davis. They've had some injury there, too. So Fletcher Cox now is playing 70% of the snaps, whereas ideally, John, and I think we talked about this before the season, ideally you want him out there 25, 30% of the time. That's all.
You would have hoped.
Yeah,
you would absolutely have hoped. One thing we learned, though, is a 22-year-old shouldn't have this kind of impact on your defense. The loss of Jordan Davis shouldn't cause your defense to collapse this way.
I don't even think of it like that.
What do you look at?
I look at it like a guy who plays 20% of snaps shouldn't have the impact on your defense like this. Rookies have an impact all the time.
But when the offense puts the opposition in a hole, and then they can't run the ball that much, it's because they didn't need to use them that much either.
No, and you make a very good point, but I'll still look at it like,
right,
how is a dude that only plays 20% of snaps, his loss impacting the team this much? It just doesn't. It doesn't. It's like the Taylor Swift debacle, John. It doesn't.
It's a debacle.
Something's going on.
We are hoping you're going to have a great weekend. We hope that you had a fun time. We hope you're going to hang out with Cuz Radio today and enjoy your day leading into the best show ever. and Sixers basketball tonight. Support life-saving cancer research. Join us on our generous partner, WinDonation, and make a donation to the American Association for Cancer Research today at 97.5thefanatic.com/AACR, because cancer research saves lives. And be generous to the AACR this weekend. It is marathon weekend, and the AACR is all over it. So if you get a chance to make a donation during the broadcast or otherwise, or if you're out there, please do it. They do a great job. We'll be back on Monday morning, a Victory Monday, hopefully, with us on the John Kincade Show. Have a great weekend, everybody. And all morning long, we enjoyed our Philly Pretzel Factory pretzels, and it probably got you hungry for them. So you probably are thinking, what am I going to do Sunday when we're watching the game at home? Well, what are you going to do? You're going to go to any Philly Pretzel Factory location. And by the way, scan the QR code right there at the register, or sign up for your chance to win. And you can visit phillypretzelfactory.com to enter to have 25 chances each week to win a pretzel party tray. If you've ever been to a party that has Philly Pretzel Factory, you know it is the center of attention. The rivets are outstanding. They're always fresh. They always smell beautiful. And you can visit them at the link right outside of Section 106. So no matter who's coming over, even your slimy cousins, Philly Pretzel Factory has a party tray for you. So find your store today at phillypretzelfactory.com. Philly Pretzel Factory is the official soft pretzel of the Philly sports fan and a proud partner of your Philadelphia Eagles.
The John Kincade Show.
I know that most people find his calm leadership to be a gentle, soothing beacon at a time of great social chaos.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Hey, it's Hunter from my friends at FC Kerbeck. My family's been buying trucks and SUVs from Kerbeck for longer than I can remember. Why? Because Kerbeck always has the best selection at the lowest price. Period. And then they follow it up with the best service to keep our trucks running like new for years. But if you've been waiting to buy, then now you win.